further retaliation to U.S. tariffs this week on steel and aluminum, and there was another sell-off on Wall Street. Drama in Denver. An American Airlines flight on its way to Dallas was diverted there with engine issues. Then, an engine caught fire on the ground. All the passengers had to use slides to evacuate the plane.
Overall, I think we had great support and feel lucky that it wasn't in the air and it happened when we were on the ground. And, it'll just take some time to work through.
In Austin, Texas, a deadly pileup on a highway this morning. A crash involving 17 cars and trucks killed 5 people, including a baby. 11 others reportedly injured. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Lots of people are doing this. It's 55 degrees in downtown Indianapolis with the clear radar. Your high today, 78. It is going to be windy, a precursor for severe weather. More on that in a moment. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 6:02. More people came to live in the Hoosier State last year than any year since 2008. Here's Chris Davis.
When people move here, that's called intentional migration. And a study from the Indiana Business Research Center at the IU Kelley School of Business shows more than 30,000 people moved to Indiana in 2024. In fact, the population went up by more than 44,000 people when you factor in the number of births versus deaths. As you might imagine, the counties with the biggest growth were the Indianapolis metro counties, with Boone and Hancock showing the largest increase. But 73 of the state's 92 counties grew. Chris Davis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And people that live here and they deal with severe weather, they know it happens a lot. That's going to be the case tonight and into tomorrow morning.
First of the storms will come in from the west near our Illinois-Indiana border.
That's Cody Moore at the National Weather Service.
Probably around that 9 to 11 p.m. time frame, and then they'll march eastward through the state.
And Moore says all modes of severe weather are on the table, including tornadoes. 7 months ago, a woman named Yolanda Shields was found lying dead next to a trash dumpster along North Shadeland Avenue. The coroner's office later determined that she had been killed. Now, Indianapolis police say they have the man that murdered her. His name is Wesley Clark. He was in court this week. They say blood collected from his SUV linked him to the killing. One Hoosier, the lucky number was 6. John Herrick explains why.
The Hoosier Lottery says someone bought a winning lottery ticket valued at $42.5 million at On the Fly gas station in Tell City Wednesday night. Their ticket matched all 6 numbers that were 10, 16, 24, 33, 39, and 46. It's the 4th largest jackpot in the history of the Hoosier Lottery. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
In the Big Ten tournament, Purdue survives and advances, beating USC 76-71. The Hoosiers knocked out by Oregon. I'm Ryan Hedrick, on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. Traffic and weather together in 1 minute. It's 6:04.
One of the real advantages that we have here at Hendricks is the scope of the services that we have to offer in orthopedics.
Whether they have a hip fracture or they're a high-functioning athlete, we're all working towards the same thing.
To have them be able to have an elective surgery safely and then go home also in a safe fashion is of utmost importance.
We very much want everyone to get back to doing everything that they're doing beforehand. We're really invested in it.
Unstoppable orthopedic care. Learn more at hendricks.org/ortho.
The deals and specials are sizzling hot. It's the Central Indiana Gun and Knife Show this Saturday and Sunday at the Boone County Fairgrounds in Lebanon. The best dealers in the region. Hundreds of tables. Just $6 for adults. Kids 12 and under get in free. Must be 18 or accompanied by an adult. Buy, sell, trade. This Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Boone County Fairgrounds in Lebanon. For more info, visit CentralIndianaGunShows.com.
Interstates look pretty fantastic here so far this morning. Like if you're coming in from Greenfield on westbound S70, that's wide open. State Road 92465 on the east side. 13 minutes, no delays. And then additional 5 from 465 on the east side to the north split. Everything going into the north split and the south split looking pretty good right now. Traffic sponsored by Rocket. Rocket.com is a single seamless home ownership platform to help you find, buy, sell, finance, even refinance your home. Visit Rocket.com today, the new home for all things home ownership. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Marcus Bailey. Got a little choked up just thinking about it. Wish TV meteorologist, what's happening?
Hey, Tony. Good morning. Happy Friday. It's a busy forecast here. Let me kind of walk you through some things. A lot of the daytime hours is actually going to be dry and almost summer-like. The winds will pick up just a bit as we get in the afternoon, but I've got plenty of sunshine. We'll hit a high of 80 this afternoon. That's pushing a record. Today's record is 81, set back in 2012. Things start to get pretty active late tonight. A wind advisory will go into effect starting at 5 p.m. You can expect gusts to get over 40, maybe 50 miles per hour later tonight. We're also watching the threat for severe thunderstorms. A line of storms will come in out of Illinois. That window will be between 12 a.m. and 6 a.m. overnight tonight. Damaging winds, the primary concern, but we can't rule out maybe some hailstones, maybe a quick spin up of a tornado as well. An overnight low of 62. We'll get a lull from storms tomorrow morning, but it will be really windy. We'll have another chance for rain and storms in the afternoon. Saturday's high 71. Sunday, some morning showers. We are sharply cooler, and it will be blustery. Sunday's high 52.
Can I tell you, I've never heard anybody utilize the term hailstones?
Hailstones?
You just said hailstones.
I guess I did, didn't I?
Yeah, and I'm like, I didn't know. I'm assuming it's like a gallstone, but somehow more painful.
I literally was going to go down that road. I'd be like, if your hailstone is the size of a penny, call your doctor.
Right. Honestly, if your hailstone is the size of a penny, just kiss your kids
Give up. That's
and
right.
it's over.
That's give up.
Because that's not
right.
going to pass.
No,
that
it's
is not going to pass on its own, and if it does, nothing's ever going to work right again.
That's correct. That is correct.
Don't expect to hold anything back. That's just not going to be possible.
Nope, not at all. Not at all.
Oddly enough, Marcus, everybody knows what we're talking about right now.
Oh, absolutely.
1,000%. It's no way to start a radio show, man.
I think it's a great way to start a radio show.
And that's why you're in TV?
That's correct.
It's Marcus Bailey.
We'll see you,
from Wish TV. I'll catch you later, man. Thank you. 55 degrees. He said it was going to get to about 80 today, which is not. Did we miss spring? Is that just over? 55 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 6:08.
What is your vision for the potential annexation of Greenland and getting the potential?
Yeah, well, I think it'll happen, and I'm just thinking, I didn't give it much thought before, but I'm sitting with a man that could be very instrumental. You know, Mark, we need that for international security, not just security, international. We have a lot of our favorite players, cruising around the coast, and we have to be careful. And we'll be talking to you. It's a very appropriate, really a very appropriate question.
There's an issue in the high north, so the Arctic, so what you did. So when it comes to Greenland, yes or not joining the US, I would leave that outside for me, this discussion, because I don't want to drag NATO in that. But when it comes to the high north and the Arctic, you are totally right. The Chinese are now using these routes. We know that the Russians are rearming. We know we have a lack of icebreakers. So the fact that the outside Russia, there are 7 Arctic countries working together on this under U.S. leadership is very important.
Yeah, that's agreement that having control or some access to Greenland would be very good for us. Mock, laugh, do whatever you want. It's inconsequential. Why is he talking about Greenland when we have this problem? Because a president needs to do more than one thing at a time, right? You're used to Joe Biden, who could walk or chew gum if an adult was around to make sure he didn't choke. And that was from the walking. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. I'm sorry. I'm very proud of myself for that. I did not write that beforehand. Somebody, producer Kylan, write that down. You know what? That's going on the index card. That's going on the into the stage show. That's happening. 93 WIBC. Good morning. Why would anybody...
This is Gary Dick, Farmer Sentiment on the Rise at 6:32. Brought to you by the Business and Beyond podcast, a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers, available now wherever you get your podcast and at InsideIndianaBusiness.com.
Garage door problems? Call today for service today. Garage Doors of Indianapolis services all makes of garage doors 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call today for service today. 875-4577. Call today for service today. Get it fixed right now. Call Garage Doors of Indianapolis at 875-4577 or visit doorstoday.com.
In the morning, call 875-4577. Service today.
Big Joe here. You've heard me talk about absolute comfort and the Mitsubishi electric ductless mini splits for years. This energy-efficient way to heat and cool your home is a game changer. These systems are smart and can detect when someone is in the room and adjust to your activity. Visit Absolute Comfort at the Flower and Patio Show, booth 382 in the West Pavilion across from the beer garden. Ask for Jeremy or Chris to answer all your questions. Absolute Comfort, your trusted American Standard Mitsubishi Electric Elite Ductless Pro dealer.
Hi, this is Chris Cox, owner of Chimney Solutions, Indiana. We're celebrating our 10th year in business. Call this month to take advantage of 10% off all chimney sweeps and inspections. We're also celebrating the opening of our new fireplace showroom on 86th Street and Lafayette Road. Come and experience our exclusive lines of wood-burning and gas fireplaces.
Call 317-757-6979 or chimneyindy.com.
Hey, this is Spencer Thompson at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. Ready for better sleep? Now is your chance during the March mattress sale. Tempur-Pedic, Stearns & Foster, King Coil, Bed Gear, and Nectar mattresses, you can save up to $800 with up to 4 years interest-free financing. And don't forget, Thompson Furniture delivers for free. Hurry! Sale ends Monday only at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus.
This is Joe Cordell. Cordell & Cordell is the nation's largest family law firm, but we're more than just size. We're part of your community. With offices across the country, our attorneys and staff live and work right where you do. And because we're local, we know your courts, your laws, and your legal community. When divorce puts your future on the line, you need a firm that's both powerful and personal. Call Cordell & Cordell.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Indianapolis area attorneys. 101 West Ohio Street, Suite 1250, Indianapolis, Indiana 46204.
If the new year means it's time for new flooring in your home, Brothers Floor Covering is ready to help. Brand new carpet, hardwoods, laminates, and luxury vinyl plank in stock now. Plus, Brothers Floor Covering can get you new flooring installed in as little as 2 weeks. Visit Brothers Floor Covering today at their new location, 8550 North Michigan Road. Discover why buying local means getting more, not paying more. Get the flooring of your dreams installed now. Go to brothers-floorcovering.com. That's brothers-floorcovering.com.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZQuil.
ZQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZQuil nights. Explore our products at ZQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
Traffic on the 5s. That's Matt Baer, WIBC Traffic Center. What are you doing?
Yeah, we're looking at Hendricks County right now. Good morning, Hendricks County. And eastbound 70 looking good right now from State Road 39 on into 465. We see no trouble there. As far as the Beltway goes, the 52.7-mile oval 465 moving up to speed in all directions and all parts of the city right now and looking decent enough in the Clear Path construction zone on the northeast side. Traffic sponsored by Fiesel Roofing. A new roof can be expensive, so let it help pay you back. A Fiesel solar roof cuts energy bills and saves money. Go to FieselINC.com to save $2,000 off your solar roof. That's FieselINC.com. I'm Matt Baer on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
55 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 6:16.
Technology Recyclers is the safe and ethical choice for your computer and electronics recycling. R2 certified, 100% landfill free, guaranteed destruction of data, and absolutely free pickups. Visit tech-recyclers.com.
In a flashback, Chuck Schumer, leader of the Senate Democrats, once said that government shutdowns were a terrible idea.
If the government shuts down, it will be average Americans who suffer most. A government shutdown means seniors who rely on Social Security could be thrown into chaos as the Social Security Administration limits certain services like benefit verifications or fixing errors in payments. Our veterans could see regional VA offices shut down and support services put on hold. Some of our military service members could be forced to work without pay. Families who benefit from WIC and other nutrition programs could see benefits halted. If the government shuts...
I don't need to repeat that. That was a long list of things that could happen if there was a government shutdown. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Great to be here. Great to be with you. Find everything we do at WIBC.com, the podcast, wherever it is you get your podcast. Just search for Tony Katz in the Morning News. Click, download, subscribe. Do all the things. Well, now that it's President Trump, there was Chuck Schumer saying that he was going to not vote for the continuing resolution. There would be a shutdown. And that was the case until last night when he realizes I have to now vote to allow the continuing resolution. I can't vote for a shutdown. And so...
Now, over the last 2 months...
he does this.
The United States has confronted a very bitter truth. The federal government has been taken over by a nihilist. Donald Trump, in 2 months, has taken a blowtorch to our country and wielded chaos like a weapon.
A nihilist, right? If you saw The Big Lebowski, he'll cut off your, nihilists. That's. So he goes to the floor, the well of the Senate, to give this 10-minute speech after being a tough guy about we're going to have a shutdown and we're not going to vote for this from President Trump. He's now like, we're going to vote for this because we can't shut down the government. I believe it is my job to make the best choice for the country, to minimize the harms to the American people. Therefore, I will vote to keep the government open and not shut it down. He then goes to MSNBC, warning, language alert. Not for you, Producer Kylan. You're safe on this one. I'm just saying, if you wanted to know how it is Chuck Schumer feels about Trump or you, here you go.
We are going to conflict with them on everything. On the tax cuts for the billionaires. They've become a plutocracy, an oligarchy. On Medicaid. We have plans to conflict them with all of that. If the shutdown occurred, we wouldn't be able to do that because they would fill up both the Senate and the discussion on whether we should cut this and not cut that, of things that they want to cut. So to have the conflict on the best ground we have, summed up in a sentence, that they're making the middle class pay for tax cuts for billionaires, it's much, much better not to be in the middle of a shutdown, which to divert people from the number one issue we have against these bastards, these people, which is not only all these cuts, but they're ruining democracy. And one other thing on a shutdown. On a shutdown, the courts could close. Or at least be totally disabled. And the courts are one of the best ways we've had to go after these.
So the court isn't there to engage in adjudication. The court is there to go after these guys. But oh my goodness, Chuck Schumer. This, by the way, if you wanted to understand what it sounds like when you lose, it sounds like that. If you want to know what it sounds like when you've been beat, it sounds like that. If you want to know what it sounds like when you've been outplayed, it sounds like that. When you've been outsmarted, it sounds like that. When you've been outmaneuvered, it sounds like that. when you've lost your leadership capacity and every Democrat knows it, it sounds like that. That tough guy talk from Chuck Schumer, who doesn't know how to grill a cheeseburger. I'm Jewish and I know how to grill a cheeseburger. Oh. Now you say to me, Tony, Chuck Schumer's Jewish too. Aha. It's over. I want to go back to our conversation about wartime consigliere. And I get it. You're not supposed to pronounce the G, consigliere. I do what I do. Right? You can mock me for it. We can move on with the day. We all understand. Democrats do not have anybody who can engage against Trump. They've got no one. They have no one who is willing to rise to the top. All they have is anger and frustration and resentment. Like this from Representative Ocasio-Cortez.
For folks who are concerned about effectiveness in government, this Republican extreme spending bill removes all of the guardrails and all of the accountability measures to ensure that money is being spent in the way that Congress has directed for it to be spent. This turns the federal government into a slush fund for Donald Trump and Elon Musk. It sacrifices congressional authority, and it is deeply partisan. And so to me, it is almost unthinkable why Senate Democrats would vote to hand the few pieces of leverage that we have away for free when we've been sent here to protect Social Security, protect Medicaid, and protect Medicare.
That is the fracturing of the Democratic Party. That is the proof that Schumer has no control. Representative Ocasio-Cortez, who wants your Senate seat badly, Chuck, Senator Schumer, calling you out. Something else to note there. Oh, the Medicare, the Social Security, and the slush fund. You were the party that told us you needed legislation regarding the border to do anything about the border. And Trump came in and did something about the border in less than 2 months. Crossings at the Darien Gap, a very, very dangerous, violent area to cross when you're trying to make it to the United States from Central America. Those crossings are down 99%. So, Representative Ocasio-Cortez, we didn't need any new laws. And everything you told us about border legislation clearly wasn't true. If that's the case, taking the Gelman effect into account here, Michael Crichton's philosophy, why would I believe you about this spending bill? Oh, I believe there's too much spending. On this, I concede. But all these other things, the slush fund and the cutting of it, why would I believe you? You told me I needed legislation in order to secure a border. I didn't. Now you're telling me that this legislation is bad. Why would I believe you now? I don't. Same old playbook, same old boring stuff. She's not to be trusted. You are to be trusted. You have the ability to look at these things and say, I like this, I don't like that, I would vote for this, I wouldn't vote for that. I'm going to call my congressman on this, I'm going to call my senator on that. But I go back to the border every time. What they told us and what is. What they told us is we needed all this legislation. Republicans are being obstinate. What is that all it took was a new president and crossings at Panama's Darien Gap down 99%. That's amazing stuff. Amazing. And all of this has now led hosts on MSNBC to admit, I'm going to take a week off. I just can't handle all this Donald Trump. I have to take time for myself. I have to heal. That is Lawrence O'Donnell who said that. It's day 52. I thought it was day 92. You work at a factory. You don't get to take time off because Johnny needs braces. But Lawrence O'Donnell doesn't like the orange man, so he needs to recharge. First, you don't get to tell us about masculinity. MSNBC, Tim Walz, David Hogg. Yeah, no. Secondly, this is why you have no audience. This is why. Matt Bear has traffic. What's up, Matthew?
Interstates look great right now as we check westbound 70. from 465 on the east side to the north split. Just 4 minutes and everything heading out from downtown to Indianapolis International, looking outstanding. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now at bwindow.com. Get $850 off per patio or entry door and $400 off per window plus 2.99% financing. B Window, proud to be employee owned. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
Comcast Business helps turn today's small businesses into engines of modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How retailers become seamlessly restocking, cyber-securing, must-visit shops. And how healthcare offices become the data managing caregivers that we all depend on. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, advanced fiber solutions, and Wi-Fi backup, Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business. Powering possibilities.
Now through May 4th, new customers can get started with 300 megabit internet and Security Edge for $69 a month for 24 months. And ask how to get free installation on qualifying bundles. Plus, find out how to get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Call today. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Requires enrollment in paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account. Equipment, taxes, and other fees extra. After 24 months, regular rates apply.
What a day.
You're working too hard.
We're both working too hard with even less to show for it.
What's this?
It's the bills for Tracy's procedure.
This is outrageous.
I know. And Mom just said her prescriptions went up again.
How can working people afford this?
These medical bills are crushing our finances, and these hospitals and insurance groups are making record profits.
You know, I read Indiana has the 9th highest healthcare costs in the nation, and prescription drug costs are out of control.
That's why I voted for Mike Braun. He has a plan to reform Indiana's broken healthcare system. Braun's plan calls for billing transparency, increased access, and lower costs for all Hoosiers.
I hear you. It's good to know help is on the way. Mike Braun's plan will offer real relief for our family budget.
Sign the petition for Braun's healthcare plan at HoosierHope.org. Join Mike Braun's fight for healthcare reform today. Paid for by HoosierHope.org.
What's one of the best ways for students to learn the value of teamwork?
By participating in high school sports. I'm Jace Martin from North Harrison High School.
And I'm Danae Klein from South Putnam High School. Playing high school sports means being a part of something bigger than myself.
I love working together with my teammates towards a common goal.
It keeps me accountable, knowing my team is depending on me.
It reminds me to prioritize the team's success over my own.
Because it's about we, not me, and that's an important lesson to learn, on the field and in life.
As teammates, we train together, we push each other, and we represent our school together. That bonds us forever.
We're a team, and that means we're in this together.
I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig. You can be a champion of high school sports by buying a ticket to your high school's athletic events. This is the power of teamwork. This is coming together as one. This is your IHSAA.
Call today or visit bwindow.com. This month only, receive $400 off per window, $850 off per patio or entry door with 2.99% financing.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
What he's trying to steer clear of. It's 54 degrees in downtown Indianapolis with a clear radar. Today's high 81. I'm Ryan Hedrick for CBOnTheAddiction.org. Here's what's trending at 6:30. A government shutdown is what Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer says he wants to avoid.
I believe it is my job to make the best choice for the country, to minimize the harms to the American people.
And the clock is ticking. Schumer says a shutdown would allow President Trump and DOJ to assert more control over the government. Meanwhile, the Trump administration is forced to take a step back on its mass layoffs.
One judge saying the sheer number of employees that were terminated in a matter of days belies any argument that these terminations were due to the employees' individual unsatisfactory performance or conduct.
And that's Fox's Madeline Rivera reporting. The president is expected to speak at the Department of Justice to lay out his promise for law and order later today. It's going to be warm, says Cody Mort, the National Weather Service.
It's going to be very windy. Going into Friday and Friday evening, we're going to have wind gusts 40, 50 miles per hour way ahead of these storms anyway. So you're going to notice a difference in the weather.
And he says severe weather is going to move in later tonight and into tomorrow morning. Winds gusting of up to 70 miles an hour while you sleep. Tornado sirens will sound in Indianapolis this morning as officials work to fix a failure from Tuesday's test. Jacob Spence at the Metropolitan Emergency Services Agency says.
And we received that notification saying it had worked, but it didn't, obviously. And so we have them looking into that, and we're looking into, anything that could have potentially occurred, and then we'll see what they find, and we'll go from there.
And the test will start at 11 a.m., just 30 minutes before the St. Patty's Day parade begins. There was an explosion on Wednesday in South Bend.
Description of the scene was smoke showing, white smoke showing. They found a small fire with a considerable amount of damage to some ventilation pipe, to a debris collection unit.
And that's Andrew Meyer, an assistant fire chief with South Bend Fire Department, talking about what happened at Lock Joint Tube. Thankfully, only 2 people were hurt, but they're expected to be okay. And today we're diving into the world of pi. Pi Day. It's all about celebrating the fascinating mathematical constant that connects a circle's circumference to its diameter. While pi could go on forever, we usually stop it and round it off at 3.14. I'm Ryan Hedrick. On the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. Traffic, weather, and sports coming up in 2.5 minutes. It's 6:32.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio. I'm Gary Dick. U.S. farmer sentiment continued its upward trend in February as the Purdue University CME Group Ag Economy Barometer rose 11 points from the previous month. Purdue says the recent upswing in sentiment reflects a combination of factors, including a sharp recovery in crop prices and expectations for disaster payments authorized by Congress. Purdue's Michael Langemeyer.
I didn't think it would rise quite that much. I mean, if you look at the index of future expectations, we've talked about this before, people think there's a different policy environment since the November election, and they're more optimistic because of that.
The owners of Central Indiana's largest office park have announced a rebranding and new additions at a Carmel campus that has received more than $40 million in improvements over the past decade. Philadelphia-based Rubenstein Partners, which acquired the 1.2 million square foot office park in 2016, has rebranded Parkwood Crossing as Carmel Gateway. For the first time in nearly 2 decades, Indiana University will have a chancellor for its flagship Bloomington campus. Former faculty member and Executive Associate Dean David Reingold will return to Bloomington as Executive Vice President and Chancellor. Reingold spent 8 years as a faculty member at IU Bloomington and also served as Executive Associate Dean for the Paul H. O'Neill School of Public and Environmental Affairs. The Huntingburg Regional Airport will hold a groundbreaking today for the Frosty Jones Terminal. The DuBois County Airport Authority says the event will mark the official commencement of construction on a state-of-the-art facility to drive innovation and economic growth and serve as a gateway to Southwest Indiana. You're listening to Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Today, you either innovate or evaporate. We are accelerating the pursuit of progress, from the foods we eat to the heights we soar, because this is Indiana, the innovation capital of the world. We rally visionaries across industries, invest in connections as much as capital, and fuel our founders from dorm room to boardroom. Fuel your innovation with Elevate Ventures. Visit elevateventures.com.
A custom home builder from Bargersville and a wellness retail shop in New Albany are this year's Small Businesses of the Year, as named by the Indiana Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber selected Duke Homes in Bargersville and the Elderberry Company in Floyd County for its 2025 Small Business Award. This is Gary Dick for 93 WIBC.
Interstates look fantastic right now as we check westbound 70 out to the airport from the airport hotels. Maybe you're doing some ride sharing for the big tournament, picking people up or taking them back. And right now 70 looks good to and from Indianapolis International. That looks fantastic. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now at bwindow.com. Get $850 off per patio or entry door and $400 off per window, plus 2.99% financing. B Window, proud to be employee owned. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
55 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 6:36. We check on sports. What's up, Brian Hedrick?
What's up, Tony? 20th ranked Purdue fought off a tough challenge from USC Thursday night. They overcame a 10-point deficit for a 76-71 win in the Big Ten tournament.
It wasn't our best night, but I think USC had a lot to do with that. Just happy to see our guys hang in there and make enough plays to pull out the victory.
That's head coach Matt Painter. His team moves to play Michigan later tonight. IU is out of that tournament. They lost to Oregon 72-59. IU guard Trey Galloway says there are numerous reasons that they lost.
The execution on defense, we just had some miscues that we can't have.
And IU needs to rely on an at-large bid in the NCAA Tournament. Selection Sunday happens this Sunday. The Pacers are on the road. They play the Philadelphia 76ers tonight. Sports brought to you by Ball State Athletics. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu.
Financial aid is available for qualified students.
The Attorney General's office wants to put your money back in your pocket. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov and search for yourself, your loved ones, or your business. It's fast, easy, and free.
A very weird thing happened. Congressman Raul Grijalva passed away yesterday at the age of 77. It was lung cancer. I didn't know what he had. Don't get me wrong about not being a fan about his politics, which I truly was not. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Great to be here. Great to be with you. The live stream is happening. You can check it out for yourself there being a fan. on the YouTubes, right? You can see it there, and it is fantastic. And honestly, I think my hair looks pretty good. It's kind of poofy today. Pretty solid. What is fascinating is that Raul Grijalva passes away, and yet somehow he was still able to send out a tweet. Sean Davis noted that the Twitter account, the X account of Raul Grijalva, wrote, President Trump's latest reckless decision to fire thousands of employees at the Department of Education jeopardizes critical student aid programs, weakens protections for students' civil liberties, and undermines essential support for students with disabilities. It goes on from there. It wasn't him. It was somebody on his staff. It's a tweet from him after he had already passed away. No one thought maybe, hey, let's not send this because after all, our boss just passed away. What does it matter? And you know that these members aren't writing these things anyway, because if he passed away yesterday morning, do you think his last moments were about, make sure you get out that tweet about the Department of Education? I don't want Trump getting away with that. It was the total lack of humanity. The lack, he died? Oh, okay. The tweet still goes out. Remember, Trump bad. What happens when you don't have a soul, right? What happens? This is what happens. This is obviously what takes place. Really ugly stuff. I mean, if you ask, why am I not? I don't want to be a part of anything that could do that. I don't want to be a part of a single thing that could say, hey, this is a good idea. Well, Tony, it was scheduled and they didn't remember. Oh, okay. If you say so. If you say so. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
Indianapolis roads, a total disaster. Some of the worst potholes in America. Am I right?
A car on Keystone Avenue just fell into one the size of a swimming pool.
Disgraceful. These roads should be great again. But right now, they look like the surface of the moon.
Suspension repair shops are making a fortune.
Rigged system. But Matt Bear, he's the guy to trust. Tremendous at avoiding these disasters. Just tremendous.
Matt Bear, making your commute great again. Mornings and afternoons on 93 WIBC.
This is the most exciting time of the year, and we want you to go all the way, even if your team doesn't. March on, Indiana, in a Hubler quality pre-owned vehicle. Shop any of Hubler's 13 locations and choose from over 2,000 vehicles, including Chevys, Fords, Toyotas, GMCs, Buicks, Nissans, Acuras, Mazdas, Hondas, and many more. All makes, all models, certified vehicles, luxury vehicles, even the hard-to-find ones. Every Hubler Q-certified vehicle is covered by a 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty, plus a 128-point vehicle inspection, and a free Carfax history report. Hubler's got you covered. Busted brackets not included. For over 2,000 vehicles, visit drivehubler.com or any of our 13 locations.
Hubler's got you covered. Cover me!
Warranty on select models less than 9 years old.
We all have people in our lives we interact with. Maybe it's your favorite barista, a neighbor who waves to you every morning, a coworker you grab lunch with, or maybe it's me, the hairstylist you've gone to for years. What if you learned I had a substance use disorder? Would it change how you see me? It's okay to see the addiction, but when you choose to see the person, not just their disease, it can help change someone's life. Learn more at cbeyondtheaddiction.org.
The deals and specials are sizzling hot. It's the Central Indiana Gun and Knife Show this Saturday and Sunday at the Boone County Fairgrounds in Lebanon. The best dealers in the region, hundreds of tables, just $6 for adults. Kids 12 and under get in free. Must be 18 or accompanied by an adult. Buy, sell, trade. This Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Boone County Fairgrounds in Lebanon. For more info, visit centralindianagunshows.com.
That's are us. When dreams don't get in, that's are us.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel, plus low to no monthly payments. Call 765-545-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to that'sareus.com. 765-545-BATH.
That's are us. When dreams don't get in, that's are us.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu.
Financial aid is available for qualified students.
You want to listen all day to WIBC, but you don't always have time. Don't worry. There's a podcast for that. The WIBC Mashup. Daily highlights from your favorite hosts, Tony Katz, Kendall and Casey, and Hammer and Nigel. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
When you're high, you feel different. But if you feel different, you drive different. So don't drive high. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Traffic on the fives. Matt Bear, what are you doing?
Checking out Lebanon. Good morning. Boone County, southbound 65 from State Road 47 to 465 on the west side. 19 minutes, and that means no delays. Everything wide open, moving up to speed. USS Indianapolis Memorial Highway. That's 465 to you and me. Looking good on 52.7 miles of travel, even on the northeast side with the Clear Path construction zone. By the way, that should be done at the end of the year. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now at bwindow.com. Get $850 off per patio or entry door and $400 off per window, plus 2.99% financing. B Window, proud to be employee owned. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the fives. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
55 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 6:45.
Don't know much about history.
situation, whether it's a visa or a green card, you're playing by a different set of rules. You have no right to be here unless you comply with the rules, unlike U.S. citizens. And so it's a very different situation, and I think the government does have a key role there. It does have an interest and a right to keep people out who give support for terrorism.
That's William Jacobson, Cornell law professor, a guest on this show regularly on Tony Katz Today. My interview with him earlier this week, of all the things I do, making things go viral has never been one of them. Radio-wise, guys, we're excellent. When it comes to the digital side, I just have never had anything just go crazy. This went well. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Great to be with you. It just seems to have caught on, and this was actually played the first time I've had video clips of the show played on Fox, because they were utilizing that conversation as an intro to speaking with William Jacobson about what's going on in the case of Mahmoud Khalil. And I appreciate him doing so. This is the guy who is being deported, lawful permanent resident, there at Columbia University, agitating on behalf of Hamas, declaring his support for Hamas, a designated terrorist organization, and was working and proactively preventing Jewish students and others from crossing the campus at Columbia, people who were engaged in taking over of buildings, in general harassment. What William Jacobson, Cornell law professor, points out so ably, and this is where my disagreement is with all these people online saying, my gosh, why are you okay with this deportation? Don't you believe in free speech? This is not a free speech issue. In no way is this a free speech issue. And I'm going to stick with William Jacobson and Andrew McCarthy and Jonathan Turley. This is about acts and actions of a non-citizen of the United States. No, he does not have all the rights of a citizen. He doesn't. And we have history on our side. We certainly know, as is being reported, that the Biden administration did remove people from the United States who had green cards. There are people who can be engaged in violations. And you can go back to Secretary of State Warren Christopher removing people from the country based on the same thought process and the same pieces of existing legislation that Secretary of State Marco Rubio is utilizing to remove this guy from the country. This is not a free speech argument. When the communist of Indianapolis, self-declared Jesse Brown, wants to say something despicable and reprehensible, I don't say deport him, and I don't say he shouldn't have his First Amendment rights. I call him despicable and reprehensible. Why would anybody vote for this guy? He hasn't made your life better, and he isn't interested in making your life better. He's an avowed communist. How in the world could your life be better? How? I never said he couldn't say it. Never once. There's a difference. And there are people who are proactively trying to ensure that you are never told the difference. They are unserious people. These are the same people who then stormed Trump Tower to try and take over. 98 people arrested in the lobby of Trump Tower in Manhattan because they want the release of Mahmoud Khalil. I want to know who within those 98 is in the country on a visa, whether it's student visa or a green card, and deport them too. Protest outside, you can engage in. Protest inside is a hostile act. Goodbye. What are we discussing here? Of course it's a violent act. Of course it's an act of intimidation. There's not a debate that we're having here. And I would love to hear what somebody's argument is. Because if they go to the free speech, well, we could just dismiss that argument because no part of this is a free speech conversation. I didn't say that even the lawful permanent resident can't engage in a peaceful protest. When you go into someone's private property, it is no longer a peaceful protest. It's not. Then it is an act of intimidation. It is an act of violence. It is prosecutable and deportable. And I didn't say that at the first when the story first came out. What we're learning is based on the law, based on history, these things are. That's what we're learning. That's what we're seeing. That this stuff has happened in the past. Also, so we're clear, they were holding signs that say Jews say free Mahmoud and free Palestine. No. That's not what's happening. Progressives say that, but progressives gave up their Judaism long ago. They did. They gave up their Judaism for liberalism. These people are not serious. If you call yourself Jews of conscience, as one person does, no. Jews waiting for slaughter. Thumbs up to that. That's what you are. Oh, send your emails. Go ahead. Send any nasty email that you would like. Feel free. Go right ahead. Send that to Mike Gallagher at yahoo.com. A fellow radio host. I don't know if he'll get it or not, but I sure as hell don't want to see it. I'm not. The facts are the facts, and I'm not going to pretend that they're not. 98 people arrested. They tried to take over a lobby. You think these people are engaged in some rational conversation that we should all be paying close attention to? And then you have people who want to argue it wasn't storming the Trump Tower.
That's what I want to remind you both that it was Trump supporters who stormed the Capitol on January 6th. When January 6th happened this year, what happened? It wasn't Democrats storming the Capitol. Actually, guess what? No one stormed the Capitol this January 6th. And so it was...
You look at the video in New York City today, the people who took over Trump Tower, the people screaming at folks on the streets. Who are those
people
folks?
were protesting. They were
In
not
Trump
storming.
Tower?
They were not storming
They stormed Trump Tower.
They
Yes,
were not
they did.
storming.
They were inside of it.
They were not storming the. They were not
lobby of
trying
Trump
to.
Towers.
They were not trying to hurt a member of Congress. There were thousands of people who were prosecuted for January 6th. Scott, you may have forgotten, but.
It's totally okay to intimidate people in New York or intimidate people in Minneapolis or Seattle or Portland, but never do anything in D.C. That's when it's wrong. If it's wrong, it's wrong. Matt Bear has traffic.
Eastbound 70 from the west side crash. Multiple vehicles involved again. Eastbound 70 heading towards downtown before Harding Street. And it's blocking both shoulders right now, causing a backup to Belmont. That's not huge in the moment, but that is going to get worse once emergency vehicles arrive. Again, eastbound 70 before Harding Street crash on both shoulders. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now at bwindow.com, get $850 off per patio or entry door and $400 off per window plus 2.99% financing. B Window, proud to be employee owned. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Are you thinking this year I want to look and feel better and get my hair back? We Grow Hair Indy can help you do just that. I'm Rob, and I got my hair back at We Grow Hair Indy. Here's Darren Andrews, clinic director, to tell you why I chose them.
For nearly 20 years, we've helped thousands of clients grow their hair back, and we can help you. We're one of only 2 places in the entire country to offer the Artist Robotic FUE and multi-unit hair grafting.
I got multi-unit hair grafting. I love the results and cannot believe how much hair I got back. I can't recommend them enough. Call right now, 317-522-2995 for a free evaluation. Great technology, great company, great people, great results. Go to WeGrowHairIndy.com, see my results, and call 317-522-2995. 317-522-2995. Don't you want to say, I got my hair back?
From a fast break to recovery, Indiana hospitals are here for every Hoosier, regardless of their ability to pay. That's why we're teaming up with legislators on a winning playbook to lower costs and protect access to care across our communities. Because good policy doesn't leave anyone on the sidelines. Learn more at HoosierLifeline.com.
Paid for by the Indiana Hospital Association.
Looking for a great deal on a new Lincoln? Come to Tom Roush Lincoln. Select 2024 Lincoln Navigators now $15,000 off and get 0% for 72 months. How about an all-new 2024 Lincoln Nautilus now $6,000 off with rates starting at 4.9% for 60 months. We look forward to seeing you at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers.
Lincoln Navigator MSRP 104,825. Lincoln Nautilus MSRP 57,785. Offers good through March 31st, 2025. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for complete offer details.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hard-working partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Are you ready to build your custom dream home? Joyner Homes is ready to make your dream come true. Over 18 years, Joyner Homes, based out of Greenfield, have built hundreds of homes in central Indiana, and the best place to start is joynerhomes.com. That's where you'll find pricing, photos of completed Joyner homes to inspire you, available home sites, and info on where you can visit their model homes, and a lot more. Be sure to check out Joyner Homes' 5-star Google reviews. Get started today at joynerhomes.com.
Hey, this is Spencer Thompson at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. Are you wanting comfort at half the price? Now's the time because Lazy Boy and Smith Brothers are 50% off with extra discounts for cash. Thinking about getting outside soon? Berlin Gardens and Pollywood Outdoor Furniture are up to 20% off during the early season sale. Hurry in to Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. Sale ends Monday with free delivery.
Welcome to Tire Discounters.
Thanks. I gotta warn you, I drive a hard bargain.
Okay.
So let's hear your first offer.
Well, how about, with any 4-tire purchase, we'll give you a free alignment.
Man, I'm good. All right, let's do it before you change your mind.
And we'll also give you a free oil change.
Ha! I can't believe I talked you into this deal. Sometimes I amaze even myself.
Don't tell accounting. But with any 4-tire purchase at Tire Discounters, you get a free alignment and a free full synthetic oil change. See store for details.
During tax season, your info travels lots of places you can't control.
W-2 arriving from payroll platform 3.
Everything criminals need to steal your identity is on your W-2.
Last call for accountant and home office. 1 minute.
LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points per second.
Tax preparation data centers with service to IRS. All aboard.
If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
Discover Barkeep Vodka, the cleanest and smoothest vodka thanks to its unique compression filtering by Indy-based True Essence.
Top shelf quality and value, and you're supporting local Indiana farms. Grab a bottle at any Indiana store or visit barkeepvodka.com.
Build your cybersecurity skills and prep for thousands of open positions employers are desperate to fill. Attend classes live online or on campus. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today.
Financial aid is available to those who qualify.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, I'll tell you why there's a protest at the Indiana State House. There is severe weather on the way. If you just moved to Indiana, you're not alone, and at least one Hoosier basketball team is going home after the Big Ten tournament. After Fox News from the Technology Recycler Studios, 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1, Indianapolis at 7 o'clock.
It's bad, but the alternative's worse. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. That's what the Senate's minority leader says about the House Republican passed bill that Chuck Schumer now supports and plans to vote for. And other Democrats may join him today ahead of a midnight deadline to fund the government. He says a shutdown would be a gift to the president.
The Trump administration would have full authority to deem whole agencies, programs, and personnel non-essential.
Some Democrats are upset at Schumer, like Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
I think there is a deep sense of outrage and betrayal.
2 federal judges are getting in the way of President Trump's big federal layoffs. One in Baltimore put a 2-week halt on firings in multiple agencies after
a U.S. district judge based in San Francisco finding the Trump administration's justification for firing thousands of federal probationary workers to be an unlawful sham. A coalition of labor unions and other organizations suing over the administration's ongoing push to cut the size of the federal workforce. The judge requiring at least 6 federal agencies to immediately offer workers their jobs back.
That's Fox's Kristen Goodwin. President Trump's hoping to meet with or talk to Russian leader Vladimir Putin, still pushing for a 30-day ceasefire Ukraine has agreed to.
We're going to see whether or not Russia's there, and if they're not, it'll be a very disappointing moment for the world.
Putin has not rejected the ceasefire offer, but suggests Russia would need security guarantees. Now to New York City. More protests in Colombia against the attempted deportation of a former grad student accused of supporting Hamas in destructive protests last year.
Columbia University just sent out a campus-wide email to announce it has now suspended, expelled, and revoked degrees of students who participated in the illegal protest occupying a campus building last spring. This disciplinary action, though, coming after the Ivy League school lost $400 million in federal funding last week because the Trump administration says the school failed to protect Jewish students.
That's Chanley Painter. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
What they were protesting. It's 54 degrees on Monument Circle with a clear radar. It is going to be windy. Severe weather is on the way. I'll tell you when in a minute. A high of 81 today. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 7:02.
You know that instances are happening not only here, but throughout the country where Latinos are being profiled, American citizens.
At the Indiana State House Thursday, the Indiana Latino Immigrant Caucus says there are 15 bills that they say threaten immigrant rights.
And we cannot stand for that.
The caucus argues that this legislation could foster an environment of fear within immigrant communities. Apparently, people want to live in Indiana. Chris Davis reports on what some of you are doing.
Indiana's population is now just shy of 7 million people, says research from the IU Kelley School of Business and Indiana Business Research Center. They show more than 30,000 people moved to Indiana last year, which is called intentional migration. Combine that with births, and the state welcomed more than 44,000 people in 2024. 73 of the 92 counties had increases in population. Chris Davis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And if you've lived here for any time, you know severe weather is imminent. It will be tonight into tomorrow morning.
It's going to be very windy. Going into Friday and Friday evening, we're going to have wind gusts 40, 50 miles per hour way ahead of these storms anyway. So you're going to notice a difference in the weather.
That's Cody Moore at the National Weather Service. He said the storm could bring strong winds and even tornadoes to some parts of central or southern Indiana before it clears out on Saturday. You might recall that the tornado siren earlier this week that didn't go down as planned. The Metropolitan Emergency Services Agency is looking into the cause, and it will do a retest this morning at 11 a.m.
And that's the reason why we test. That's the reason why we test every Friday and test year-round. There are some places that do not test during the winter months. Obviously, the winter is not normally a severe weather time for us, but we test all year round.
That's Jacob Spence, director of the Metropolitan Emergency Services Agency. He says the test will happen 30 minutes before the St. Patty's Day parade starts. The IU men's basketball team was eliminated from the Big Ten tournament Thursday.
But the team is still confident their season is not done. I'm John Herrick. Despite the loss, Indiana's head coach Mike Woodson believes they can get into the NCAA tournament based on how they've been playing lately.
I don't think that there's a team in the country we can't beat if we come compete. Ready to play and compete for 40 minutes. We've had a lot of dry spots this season.
They shot just 36% from the field on Thursday against Oregon, and they had several scoring droughts, but now they wait to see what the selection committee decides on Sunday. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
While IU was eliminated, Purdue advanced in the Big Ten tournament, beating USC 76-71. They had to work hard to do it, though, overcoming a 10-point deficit. They play Michigan later tonight. I'm Ryan Hedrick, on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. At 7:05, traffic on the fives. How the roads looking, Matt Bear?
Well, we do have a crash on the west side. Ryan, it's eastbound 70 before Harding. And the left lane is blocked. Traffic is loaded back to Holt Road. Barely moving. In fact, a 14-minute delay to make it through that. Northbound 65 slow coming out of the North Split to Meridian Penn. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Tara Hastings, Wish TV meteorologist. What's going on?
Hey, good morning. Well, we're starting out very mild with temperatures in the 50s. All day today, it is going to be quiet, sunny, breezy at times, and incredibly warm. We'll get up to about 80 degrees today. The record high is 81, set back in 2012. Now, later tonight, need to be on weather alert here. We do have some showers and thunderstorms that will develop overnight between about midnight and 7 o'clock on Saturday morning. Some of those could be on the stronger side. Strong winds, maybe a little bit of hail, and an isolated tornado possible as well. Lows will fall to 62. Saturday, those rain and storms will continue through about 7 o'clock. It is going to be incredibly windy here. We have a wind advisor that goes in place at 5 p.m. tonight and lasts until Saturday at 4 p.m. We could see these winds gusting anywhere between 30 and maybe even upwards of 50 miles per hour at times, and that's non-thunderstorm wind gusts. So stay on alert here throughout the night tonight and also into Saturday.
That's nutty. Like, this is the kind of stuff, like, sometimes it happens, like, we're not expecting it. All of a sudden, like, a squall will come through, and it knocks out power to 82,000 people. But 50-mile-an-hour wind gusts, is this, I mean, it's certainly not unprecedented, but the levels to which things like this come up in a year, this is a standard kind of thing?
Yeah, and I think the one thing that I want to stress here is, I know we often talk about, with thunderstorms, you could see gusty winds, you can get hail, that kind of thing. These are non-thunderstorm wind gusts. So we're talking before the thunderstorms even begin late tonight, we could see these winds gusting 40 to 50 miles per hour and then continuing into Saturday. And then on top of that, each individual thunderstorm that moves through, we could see those winds gust even more than 50 miles per hour. So just a heads up here, it is going to be incredibly windy. Bring all that stuff if you brought it outdoors. I know it's been nice the last couple of days.
Yeah.
Bring it in, put it in the garage, take the flags out, put them inside as well. So
Patio furniture is going to be flying.
Yep, exactly.
All right. There it is. Tara Hastings with our Wizard of Oz forecast.
That is correct.
Thank you. Appreciate that, Tara. By the way, the people missed you the last couple days.
I have missed them as well.
The people. When I say the people, I mean mostly Matt Bear.
Well, I've missed Matt Bear too.
Yeah. Matt Bear is the people. Everybody knows
I did miss you as well.
Well,
but I miss Matt Bear more.
Honestly, I'm very used to this. Right?
Yes.
I literally carry the show, and then Matt jumps in every now and again and goes, "Who wants pie?" And everyone's like, "Matt!" That's, by the way, his new catchphrase. His new catchphrase is, "Who wants pie?"
I mean, I'm good with that. I like pie.
It's Pie Day, It's March 14th.
It is Pie Day, 3.14, yes.
Right. Can you go any further than that?
Nope.
All right. Turns out last night I learned that my youngest can, and I was like, "Who are you? What have you done with my child?" I didn't know that was happening. I didn't know that was even possible.
Oh, I love
I'm like, how this is what you've been taught in math? And they were like, no, learned it from a rap song. I was like, okay.
There's a rap song with pie. Now I'm gonna have to.
I don't know. Just going with the flow, I think, is the key to this parenting maneuver.
That is exactly what I've been doing.
Yeah, you're not there yet, but you'll get there, and then we will all laugh at you too.
That's good. I can't wait.
Yeah, neither can we. Take your time. Take your time. Tara Hastings, Wish TV. I appreciate it. 55 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 7:10. So I heard Ryan Hedrick doing a story, and I would like to make sure I understand what's happening here. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. So Ryan Hedrick, of course, our news anchor, was doing a story about immigrant rights and how advocates are rallying against anti-immigrant legislation. The Indiana Latino Democratic Caucus. Latino and not Latinx? What? Well, maybe that's because Latinx is not a thing. They are opposed to 15 pieces of legislation they say would jeopardize immigrant rights. We know that instances are happening not only here, but throughout the country where Latinos are being profiled. American citizens are held without cause. That is injustice in its highest form, and we cannot stand for that. This, according to Representative Victoria Wilburn of Fishers, a Democrat. Representative Wilburn, hi, Tony Katz. We've never met. I don't think we've ever met, but hello, and how are you? Would you be able to share with us data about these American citizens are being held without cause because they are Latino? If there's a news story or I don't know, statistics from the FBI or from the state of Indiana or something else, that would be great. That would be terrific. I would love to see an example of this because on its face, I'm not quite sure what you're referring to. And I would like to know if this is happening where American citizens are being held without due process. American citizens. Well, I want to help you fight that. But Representative Wilburn, you're making a real statement here. Because you're saying that American citizens are being held without cause. Well, I want to know about that. And then you state that Latinos are being profiled. Again, I'd like your proof of this. I'd like to know the basis of your argument here. And if you would share that with us, I mean, you're more than welcome to come on the air. I've got 5 microphones and no waiting. But if you just want to send it in, Tony at TonyKatz.com, send it to the WIBC newsroom, and they'll get it to me. That would be really appreciated. Is there a basis for what you said, Representative Wilburn? Look forward to getting an answer to that really as soon as possible, because we need to make sure we know that you're speaking from a place of, from a basis, from a place of fact. Because if not, we've got a whole different problem, don't we, Representative? Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
What a day.
You're working too hard.
We're both working too hard with even less to show for it.
What's this?
It's the bills for Tracy's procedure.
This is outrageous.
I know. And Mom just said her prescriptions went up again.
How can working people afford this?
These medical bills are crushing our finances, and these hospitals and insurance groups are making record profits.
You know, I read Indiana has the 9th highest healthcare costs in the nation, and prescription drug costs are out of control.
That's why I voted for Mike Braun. He has a plan to reform Indiana's broken healthcare system. Braun's plan calls for billing transparency, increased access, and lower costs for all Hoosiers.
I hear you. It's good to know help is on the way. Mike Braun's plan will offer real relief for our family budget.
Sign the petition for Braun's healthcare plan at HoosierHope.org. Join Mike Braun's fight for healthcare reform today. Paid for by HoosierHope.org.
I'll say this. There are no entries in the Hoops Fan Hall of Fame who didn't show up to the game. Yes, you in the back.
Professor, March Madness is coming to Indianapolis. Are we ready?
You prepared to bring the fire? Give it 110 from tip to the final buzzer? Oh, you're ready. The NCAA Sweet 16 and Elite 8, March 28th and 30th in Indianapolis. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/MVB tickets. Class dismissed.
Traffic On the 5s, Matt Baer, WIBC Traffic Center. What do you know?
West side crash eastbound 70 before Harding Street. Left lane closed. Traffic stop back to Holt Road. It's an 11-minute delay. Everything coming into the north split. I see no trouble here. Southbound 65 good to go through the north split. Same with westbound 70 over the flyover ramp to Meridian Penn. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and for UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Baer with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Matt, the live stream chat room is talking a lot about pie.
It's 3. It's 3.14. Yes, sir.
No. Blackberry, peanut butter, blueberry, cobbler, sugar cream, coconut cream. There's a lot of talk about pie.
There's so much pie in the world, Tony.
Pie sounds delicious.
It always does.
But I'm not a fruit pie guy.
Why not?
I don't know. I just... No, first of all, you go straight to you-know-where. And when I say you-know-where, I mean Rob and Casey's office, because that place just smells weird.
Oh, I think it's pleasant.
Secondly, I like the cream pies. Chocolate cream, banana cream pie. I like pecan pie, or is it pecan pie? I don't care what you call it as long as you serve it to me. Those are good.
Yeah, a chocolate pie. Man, oh man. Get some whipped cream. Yes, sir. Oh, all
right.
day. Yeah. Happy Pie Day to you.
Yeah.
Happy Pie
and then
Day,
someone
everybody.
asked if they could drop something off to me at the station, and I'm wondering
yes.
now if it's pie.
Just leave it for Tony Katz, and we'll take care of that.
Right. Matt Baer will be sure to get it to me.
Yes.
With his DoorDash service.
Yes.
Right?
Straight to caramel.
Straight to caramel.
Whoosh.
That's the name of his service. Whoosh.
Just hurt my shoulder doing that.
I'm sure you did. You're old.
Yeah, I know.
54 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 7:17.
Comcast Business helps turn today's small businesses into engines of modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How retailers become seamlessly restocking, cyber-securing, must-visit shops. And how healthcare offices become the data managing caregivers that we all depend on. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, advanced fiber solutions, and Wi-Fi backup, Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business. Powering possibilities.
Now through May 4th, new customers can get started with 300 megabit internet and Security Edge for $69 a month for 24 months. And ask how to get free installation on qualifying bundles. Plus, find out how to get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Call today. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Requires enrollment in paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account. Equipment, taxes, and other fees extra. After 24 months, regular rates apply.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZzzQuil.
ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZzzQuil nights. Explore our products at ZzzQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Community Health Network cares for your heart health. From heart scans and vascular screenings to complex heart procedures, you can count on our expert team for the highest quality cardiovascular care, when and where you need it. Your path to a healthy heart starts with knowing your risk. Schedule a heart scan or vascular screening today. Visit ecommunity.com/heart. Community Health Network. Exceptional care. Simply delivered.
7 a.m. and you're by my side. We made it right through the night. You take me by the hand and look me in the eye.
Get your tickets. We're going to Kokomo, people. Oh, it's an easy drive north for Trump and American Reset in the 3 Bourbons. You understand, we're 53 days in, 54 days in to the first 100 days. There is so much to discuss. So much to get into. It's going to, and the reaction's so insane. We're going to have the best night. April 17th, Tony Katz, 93 WIBC, Trump and American Reset in 3 bourbons. We're going to have the bourbon, we're going to have the food, we're going to have the cigars. You are going to laugh your faces off. It's going to be fantastic. Tickets.TonyKatz.com. And proud to say Laser PMC, a sponsor of the evening. This is where you go when you want to practice, your firearms training and do it with lasers. Indy's best shooting experience, a firearm simulator, laserpmc.com. And they'll be there. They want to do a whole setup and show people what they do. And Flederman Von Riest, Indiana-made watches. I'm wearing one right now. Full disclosure, happy to be a brand ambassador for Flederman Von Riest. And they will be there sponsoring this event, a Trump and American Reset in 3 bourbons. By the way, that's Rieste. You can go to vonriest.com and check out all their watches. So appreciate the sponsors. We still have sponsorships available. I will connect you with WIBC. We'll make that happen for you. Trump and American Reset in 3 bourbons. Tickets.TonyKatz.com. Tickets.TonyKatz.com. You gotta be a part of it. It's going to be sensational stuff. Of course, as we've been noting, Trump has been making all sorts of moves. And one of those moves was the idea of English as the official language of the United States, an executive order. How dare you? That's so bigoted. It's xenophobic. According to Rasmussen, 72% of white voters, 68% of black voters, 75% of Hispanics favor making English the official language of the United States. 73% of Americans. The opposition to this has always been super odd because no one's saying you still can't speak any other language at home. My grandmother spoke Yiddish. Nobody was trying to stop her from speaking Yiddish, except maybe my father, who was trying to understand what in the world she was talking about to my mother. Everybody else was fine with it. English as an official language is not a problem, is not an issue. And the people opposed are just people who are generally opposed to, well, kind of anything that would say this is America and this is what we do. Just one of the many things we'll be discussing. Trump and American Reset in 3 bourbons. April 17th, tickets.TonyKatz.com. Get your tickets right now. The popcorn moment. Let's go. It's a story you need to hear to believe. Then grab your popcorn because there is so very much more. The first things first, egg prices are coming down.
Confidence in what's going to come next.
Well, I think corrections are not unusual. I mean, during the bull market from 2009 to 2020, I think we even had 5 corrections during that period. We tend to have them every couple of years. It's not unusual. They tend to be cyclical. There are other signs, I think, in the economy that are helping real people. Wholesale inflation is down. Consumer inflation is down. Gas prices are decreasing. Mortgage rates coming down. Egg prices are $4.89 today. They were $6.55 on January 21st. We've seen manufacturing jobs in the last jobs report go up. Private investment announcements are going up. And a whole bunch of nutty climate regulations have been eviscerated.
Scott Jennings is right on these points. It still doesn't make things great, but it is worth noting that the argument is faulty. Egg prices are not the fault of Trump. Egg prices are coming down, and we have seen gas prices come down as we talk about the barrel price every single day. These things are happening. But tariffs are absolutely wreaking havoc with the market. It has absolutely affected 401ks, and we've seen this happen in the Biden administration. I've argued don't panic, but I refuse to listen to people who tell me I shouldn't notice. Oh, I'm going to notice. Just like we should notice that, the left has to notice that there are things moving in the absolutely right direction. But these are people who are stuck in a mindset. And this mindset is somehow the idea that Republicans are afraid of their constituents. Now, producer Kylan, finger on the dump button, just in case.
I'm
not laughing I missed something here.
Let me just make that clear.
What are you laughing at?
No, because they showed the chaos and then you cut to me grinning. I don't want you to think that that's what I was saying.
Tell us.
there's no way that Republicans were prepared for this level of response to these cuts. Like the fact that people are there and that fervent, we're only 6 weeks into Trump right now, like that part of it, I think they were very much shocked, and I was laughing because I've done comedy shows that have been that rowdy.
You don't think Republicans were prepared for unhinged liberal mobs? We've been dealing with this since Donald Trump won in
Scott, these aren't liberal mobs.
Those
These are not liberal mobs.
Yeah, but believe me,
These are veterans.
I watched a little bit. I looked at the questions. Why is he shredding the Constitution? Putin this, Putin that. One guy had to be escorted out. He was so unhinged.
That was that
These
guy.
are not. This is an unrepresentative.
That was that guy,
unhinged.
the veteran. Scott, if they,
it's a mob.
Scott,
it's a literal mob.
This is what you're saying.
It is a literal mob. And so there's been a lot of talk about Republicans aren't doing town halls. I think Republicans can do them. But if the objective is to get there and scream as opposed to talk, why do them is a legitimate question. It's Operation Chaos in reverse. It's what it is. The idea that Trump is unpopular is nonsense. The idea that people don't like Republicans, I still think that's true. I think the data from the election showed that. But you want me to look at a mob screaming at a Politico and be like, wow, that's how America feels? No. That's how some crazy person who goes to one of these events to scream at a Politico feels. America, as long as egg prices go down, they're going to feel pretty good. As long as the border remains secure, they're going to feel pretty good. A peace deal possibly with Putin, we haven't even gotten to that yet. They're going to feel pretty good. That's reality. Matt Bear has traffic.
Eastbound 70 from the west side, crash before Harding Street, blocking the left lane, and we're stopped back to Holt Road. Everything coming into the north, but I see no trouble here. Westbound 70, good over the flyover ramp to Meridian Penn on northbound 65 and eastbound 70 into the south split, wide open up to speed. Have a safe Friday morning rush hour. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now at bwindow.com. Get $850 off per patio or entry door and $400 off per window, plus 2.99% financing. B Window, proud to be employee owned. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
You need a tree. Both Matt and I were in your backyard yesterday, and we were like, wow, this backyard is totally bare. You could use a tree or two. You need a little shade. You need protection from that neighbor, because that neighbor of yours, that's weird. That thing that they do that you don't want to see, that is weird. And if you had a tree there, it would block them from your view and block you from their view. And that's what you want. You need Circle City Trees. CircleCityTrees.com. You can meet them in person at the Indianapolis Flower and Patio Show starting March 15th. A large selection of mature trees. And they sell trees that thrive in Indiana. So you don't have to worry about, well, I'm going to get this thing and then it's going to die in 6 months. No, that's not it. And they do the installation, all types of trees, evergreens, shade trees, fruit trees, ornamental trees, flowering trees. These are very cool people who have a very interesting idea. We just sell trees. And you're like, who just sells trees? Circle City Trees. They sell trees. It's what they do. And you should check them out in Zionsville and be like, so show me your trees. And they'll be like, look at all the trees. You didn't realize that trees have personality. It's kind of like dating. You got to find the tree that works for you. You know, you got that little quirk, and there's a tree out there that's like, I totally dig that. Hey, girl, I could be your tree. CircleCityTrees.com in Zionsville. Give them a call, 317-768-3005. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. 317-768-3005. 768-3005 or online at CircleCityTrees.com.
Hey, Bill, where you been? You're overdue for a haircut.
Man, listen, my water pipes burst and flooded my house. Place a mess. I've been staying with my daughter till I can figure out what to do.
You trying to fix it and move back in?
No way. It's too big a mess. It'll cost me tens of thousands of dollars. I ain't got that kind of money.
You trying to sell it then?
Well, that's what I'd like to do, but who's going to buy my house in this condition?
Did you call Simple Quarters?
Simple Quarters?
Simple Quarters bought our house when we were in a jam. We needed to move real quick. They closed fast and gave us cash.
Simple Quarters will buy in any condition?
That's right. They buy as is. You don't have to repair anything or clean anything out. It's simple.
What do I have to do?
Just call them. They'll do a quick walkthrough, then they'll make you an offer.
Simple Quarters is a local Christian company that loves to help people in difficult situations. Call Simple Quarters at 317-900-HOME. That's 317-900-HOME. Check us out at simplequarters.com.
Looking for a great deal on a new Lincoln? Come to Tom Roush Lincoln. Select 2024 Lincoln Navigators now $15,000 off and get 0% for 72 months. How about an all-new 2024 Lincoln Nautilus now $6,000 off with rates starting at 4.9% for 60 months. We look forward to seeing you at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers.
Lincoln Navigator MSRP 104,825. Lincoln Nautilus MSRP 57,785. Offers good through March 31st, 2025. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for complete offer details.
The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text MONEY to 46220 or visit indianaunclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Several people are dead. It's 58 degrees in downtown Indianapolis with the clear radar. Your high today, 81. More on your weather in a minute. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 7:31. A 17-car pileup in Austin, Texas, has killed 5 people.
The initial call was made at 11:20 p.m. When crews arrived on scene, they upgraded the accident to a second alarm rescue. 5 people, including a child and an infant, were pronounced deceased on scene. The accident has stretched over 500 feet. 11 people were transported to local hospitals, 2 adults to St. David's Round Rock with life-threatening injuries, 3 adults to Del Seaton, 2 with life-threatening injuries, 1 with minor injuries. 3 children were transported to Dell Children's Hospital, 1 with potentially life-threatening injuries, 2 with minor injuries, 3 adults to Seton Medical Center with minor injuries, and 1 adult refused transport.
And that's Fox 7 Austin's Jessica Rivera unpacking what happened in Austin, Texas. A federal judge in Maryland is ordering thousands of fired government employees to be reinstated. Last night, the judge issued a temporary restraining order reinstating dozens of agencies that fired their probationary employees. It came the same day that a judge in California also ruled that some of the mass layoffs were not legal. More people came to live in Indiana in 2024 than any year since 2008. Chris Davis explains why.
When people move here, that's called intentional migration. And a study from the Indiana Business Research Center at the IU Kelley School of Business shows more than 30,000 people moved to Indiana in 2024. In fact, the population went up by more than 44,000 people when you factor in the number of births versus deaths. As you might imagine, the counties with the biggest growth were the Indianapolis metro counties, with Boone and Hancock showing the largest increase. But 73 of the state's 92 counties grew. Chris Davis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And if you're new to Indiana, welcome. And you'll soon find out that weather changes every 5 minutes here, and that'll be the case tonight as severe weather rolls across the state.
First, the storms will come in from the west near our Illinois-Indiana border.
That's Cody Moore at the National Weather Service.
Probably around that 9 to 11 p.m. time frame, and then they'll march eastward through the state.
And Moore says all modes of severe weather are on the table, including tornadoes. 7 months ago, a woman named Yolanda Shields was found lying dead next to a trash dumpster along North Shadeland Avenue. The coroner later determined that she had been murdered. Now Indianapolis police say they've arrested the man who killed her. His name is Wesley Clark. They say blood collected from his SUV linked him to Shields' killing. Downtown Indianapolis will be busy this weekend. Terry Stacy explains why.
People watching at its finest in downtown Indy as the Indiana Comic Convention opens today at the Convention Center.
The big thing is it's a celebration of pop culture and fandom. So if you enjoy Marvel movies or comic books, or you're into like collectibles or T-shirts, and they can range from like anime to video games to the superhero movies. You know, we even have like Rainn Wilson coming in from The Office. We try to bring a really wide range of celebrity guests.
Dan Farr with the show says get your tickets at IndianaComicConvention.com.
And you're paying an average of $2.86 for a gallon of gas today. Sports on WIBC is brought to you by Ball State Athletics. Visit ballstatesports.com. Survive in advance. That's exactly what Purdue did last night, beating USC in the Big Ten tournament, 76-71, down 10 points. The Boilers stayed tough
and they made big plays down the
We
stretch.
always got to bring energy whether the ball's going in or it's not. We always got to be able to rebound and defend. It helps when we make shots and, we can kind of get the crowd on our side a little bit. Besides that, we just have to continue to do what we need to do even when the ball's not going in.
And Cameron Heide pulled down 11 rebounds. Purdue plays Michigan later tonight. IU's run in the Big Ten tournament is over. Head coach Mike Woodson says there's plenty to be proud of.
Coming down this home stretch, this team hasn't quit, and they've been very, very competitive.
And they'll wait for Selection Sunday to see if they made it to the NCAA tournament. The Colts signed a new quarterback. His name is Daniel Jones, and he was brought in to compete with Anthony Richardson.
He's certainly a talented young player, and the competition aspect of it brings out the best in everybody.
And Jones speaking at a news conference on Thursday. The Indiana Pacers hit the road for the first of 3 tonight against the Philadelphia 76ers. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. At 7:35, traffic on the 5s. Here's Matt Bear.
All right, West Siders, life is improving. Eastbound 70. I am told the crash is cleared. Yes, the crash is cleared at Belmont. We are still jammed all the way back to Minnesota Street, and that's past Holt, so the delay is still pretty decent, but the crash is cleared, so we should be out of there before too long now. If you're going the other way, westbound 70, like you're going out to the airport, that's wide open at the moment. No problems there. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now at bwindow.com, get $850 off per patio or entry door and $400 off per window plus 2.99% financing. B Window. Proud to be employee owned. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
We've got, there it is, 54 degrees. 54 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 7:36.
I'm a grandson, a son. I'm an employee and a mentor. I'm a father to 2 beautiful kids and a husband to an amazing wife. And I have a substance use disorder. In other words, I'm living in recovery with an addiction. And now that you know, will you let it change how you see me? It's okay to see my addiction, but I want you to know it's people choosing to see me as a person that changed my life.
See the person, not just their disease. Learn more at cbeyondtheaddiction.org.
Call today or visit bwindow.com. This month only, receive $400 off per window, $850 off per patio or entry door with 2.99% financing.
Whenever I'm out wandering, chasing a rainbow dream, I often stop and think about a place I've never seen.
Today on the marketplace, who wants to open a club? You want to get in the club business there, Matt Bear?
Yes, let's go. Right on the beach. Guys, beach.
Matty B's?
Matty B's, yes.
Is that the name of it?
Diamond Mats.
Right? Yeah. Cinnamon Sticks.
Cinnamon Sticks Bear.
Yeah. Whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, that didn't work.
You got to try things. You got to throw things against the wall.
That's how Eat, Drink, Smoke came about, you know?
Well, no. That was I woke up one morning with a revelation like, that's all I want to do.
It's a good show.
Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. I'd pay cash money for that show.
Yeah, right?
Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. During downtimes in between segments, I'm clearing my head. I find myself on Facebook Marketplace. And I'm looking at weird stuff, interesting stuff, odd stuff, strange stuff, curious stuff, all sorts of stuff on Facebook Marketplace. Today, in the Marketplace, brought to you by the Attorney General's Office. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov. Search for yourself, for your loved ones, for your business. There's money. It's yours. It's waiting for you. indianaunclaimed.gov. Fast, easy, free. Check it out. It's like Matt Bear, but in the end, you get money. No, wait, it's just like Matt Bear. So I find myself on the Marketplace, and I look for all sorts of stuff. And today, someone is selling a turnkey music venue. Now, not the building, Matt Bear.
Oh.
Everything you would need for a club. All the speakers, the amps, sound systems, wireless microphones, you name it. There's a whole crew of point PTZ cameras where you can move the camera around, or is that like a lighting thing going on? They've got everything.
Is there a disco ball?
Honestly, I did not see a disco ball.
Is there a fireman's
almost
pole?
Everything.
A fireman's pole, you know.
Almost a fireman's pole.
Well, you know, for the talent. Okay.
What kind of club?
Well, I don't know. I just try to think of things you'd see in a club. You know.
fireman's.
Is there a well? For the well drinks.
Well, no, this is all the music stuff.
Oh, this is all the music. Okay.
This is all the music stuff. I would never bring up a drinking thing. This is all the music stuff right here. Okay. So this guy, I guess, he writes a whole story about how he's been doing this his whole life, and he writes, due to the need to pay vast medical bills, I am forced to sell my baby. He doesn't mean an actual baby. He means this.
No, man, that's sad.
So there's a lot of stuff here. He claims it is worth over $65,000. He's selling it for $28,000.
That's a great deal. I'm looking at the picture. There's like 12 speakers here.
And that's just the speakers. Name it. Everything is here. The equalizers and the you got the amplifiers, and you got something that checks the gate, right? And then that's for power right there. And look, they even have a flux capacitor. They've got everything.
1.21 gigawatts. Sorry.
So the question is, I have no idea if this is a good deal. Would you buy this and start a club? Would you see starting a club as a good investment, Matt Bear?
Yes, I would. I think it'd be a fantastic investment. You find the market, you find your demographic. I think this would also be great if you want to have the best Independence Day party in your backyard that's ever been seen the Carmel. I mean, this would be a lot of fun. All the neighbors would be jealous. So you buy them now, you have your summertime party, porch ready to go.
They don't allow parties in Carmel. Everybody has to sit quietly.
Well, you got to move then.
In Carmel.
You're moving to Johnson County.
The only person who can have parties in Carmel is the Lucas estate, because they're not afraid to fight these people. They're like, have you seen our name on the sign right there on that stadium? Yeah, come at us. And then Carmel's like, we think you're very pretty, Lucas family. And they're like, that's right. Now get me another roundabout. I have no idea if that's how it works.
I think you nailed it, actually.
Honestly,
that's how Keystone Parkway came about. Yeah.
How many emails do you think I'm going to get?
None.
From Sue Finkham. You don't think I'm going to get an email?
No, I think you'll get 1,000 of them, but yeah.
How come the Lucas family has never invited me over for a cigar? What do they do? What are they so busy with?
I wonder why, given everything you've just said in the last 45 seconds. Why?
Right, which is all about how they are able to control Carmel. I mean... Sounds like I should get an invite right away.
It's your dinner guest. I'll bring the bourbon.
You would think for a guy who talks politics all day, I'd be better at this.
I don't know. I mean, it's kissing babies, right? It's making friends, and there's not a friendlier place than where you live.
I would sign your baby. I'll sign your baby.
Sign the baby, man. You gotta.
I'll do that.
You gotta. Do you have a special cigar line for the babies?
No, that's just wrong.
No, why? I mean,
babies shouldn't smoke cigars.
Capitalism, man.
That's not.
There's a product here.
Well, didn't some generation grow up giving their babies bourbon or whiskey or something?
Oh, that I would do.
Yes.
Well,
that I would do. I don't think there's anything. Why? Is there something wrong with that? Is that medically improper?
I'm going to have a drink after work and hold my baby.
That's not. No. Every time you joke like that, I get bothered.
But why? I wasn't joking. I was like, I don't know. I've never been a dad. You tell me.
Don't forget the Supporting Sobriety podcast is available wherever it is you get your podcasts.
Now you're hurting me.
I'm trying to.
I just want to give you a plug.
You have figured out how to make me uncomfortable, and that's impossible.
What are you talking about? Every day is uncomfortable on this show.
For you, I find it a treat.
Kylan's leaving the studio.
Kylan, good God. We had words earlier.
No. What'd she do?
Oh, she knows what she did. Okay.
I'm walking out. That's what's happening.
It's a big stereo in this guy's lawn if you want to buy it.
Yeah, you should get the stereo. I forgot that's what we were talking about.
It's really good. I'd like to set this up and play some Richard Marx.
Get the
the whole thing, and everybody's like,
"You want to play Richard Marx?"
He's gonna blast some Slayer right now, and then it's wherever you know.
All right, we got to take care of something really quick, and then the Richard Marx Power Hour continues right here on 93 WIBC, because when you want to run a station right into the freaking ground, Richard Marx. That's. Can you believe we get paid?
I'm off Monday and Tuesday, probably longer. Where this is going.
Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. You've got rising interest rates. You've got economic uncertainty. You don't want to be a neighbor to Matt Bear anymore. Is now the right time to sell your home? That's a great question. Are you going to get the price that you want? Is it going to take too long? You do not have to figure this out by yourself. There is a friendly, no pressure, experienced agent eating and sleeping Indianapolis real estate. That's Mark Dietel. Perhaps you're worried about costly repairs, upgrades, needed to the home to be able to sell it. Mark Dietel is the only real estate expert trusted and recommended with the sale of your home. Mark Dietel guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed upon price and deadline, or he will buy it. Pick your move date. There are no long-term contracts. You can cancel at any time. Crystal in Franklin said, I was moving to Kentucky and needed to move fast. I got the Mark Dietel marketing plan and was blown away. The plan worked. I got a full list price offer in the first weekend. Just like that, Mark and his team got it done. Guys, call the local Indianapolis agent, trusted and recommended. The agent who guarantees your home sold or he'll buy it. I've talked to Mark Dietel. Good guy. You want to have the conversation. Talk to Mark Dietel today. 317-755-4232. Get all the details or go online to markdietel.com. That's Mark Dietel, D-I-E-T-E-L, markdietel.com. Oh, that's traffic. Matt Bear, what up?
What up? Eastbound 70 crash clear before Belmont, and traffic still slow right around the Holt Road area, but we are on the move. Front of the line clearing out. Life is improving. Northwest side, northbound 465, slow roll 86th Street to 865. East side, northbound 465, slow before Penn Pike. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now at bwindow.com, get $850 off per patio or entry door and $400 off per window, plus 2.99% financing. B Window, proud to be employee owned. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
54 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 7:47.
Like magic, it appears in the sky. A rainbow. Somewhere over that rainbow lurks not bluebirds or dreams. Hidden behind that beauty is trouble.
Get a cone tornado right there.
Don't be fooled.
Tornado on the ground! Confirmed tornado on the ground! Confirmed tornadoes. Oh my gosh, look at it. Oh my gosh.
This spring, depend on your severe weather station.
Baseball size hail.
93 WIBC.
This is the most exciting time of the year, and we want you to go all the way, even if your team doesn't. March on, Indiana, in a Hubler quality pre-owned vehicle. Shop any of Hubler's 13 locations and choose from over 2,000 vehicles, including Chevys, Fords, Toyotas, GMCs, Buicks, Nissans, Acuras, Mazdas, Hondas, and many more. All makes, all models, certified vehicles, luxury vehicles, even the hard-to-find ones. Every Hubler Q-certified vehicle is covered by a 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty, plus a 128-point vehicle inspection, and a free Carfax history report. Hubler's got you covered. Busted brackets not included. For over 2,000 vehicles, visit drivehubler.com or any of our 13 locations.
Hubler's got you covered. Cover me!
Warranty on select models less than 9 years old.
You might be starting out your investment career, or you might feel your portfolio a little stagnant, just sitting there and needs a spring cleaning, so to speak. Let the fiduciary advisors at Trajan Wealth help you with a customized portfolio that meets your goals and timeline. Matt Bear here. Hey, Trajan Wealth shares those Hoosier core values of loyalty, low expenses, efficiency, and hard work. Call today and meet the team at 317-480-4040 or visit TrajanWealth.com. Schedule your first appointment. It's free. Trajan Wealth is an independent firm, which means they aren't locked into one particular product. They really can fully customize a financial portfolio that says you and none other. Call and schedule at 317-480-4040 or visit TrajanWealth.com. Remember, your first consultation is on them. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Paid advertisement.
Life-changing discovery should never be left to chance. IU Indianapolis is Indiana's premier urban research university, home to 50 research centers and institutes, which means our students don't just study groundbreaking research. they make their very own breakthroughs from day one. We're here to make the future happen. Bring on tomorrow. IU Indianapolis. Discover what's next at go.iu.edu/breakthrough.
Blood, sweat, tears. At Bill Estes, we know it takes hard work and years of doing the right thing to build a business people can depend on. That's why we don't make empty promises and expect your trust. Estes earns it. From Ford F-150s and Toyota Tacomas to Ram 1500s and Chevy Silverados, we have the trucks you'll love at prices you can believe in. But don't just take our word for it. Your trust means something. Estes earns it. BillEstes.com.
During tax season, your info travels lots of places you can't control.
W-2 arriving from payroll platform 3.
Everything criminals need to steal your identity is on your W-2.
Last call for accountant and home office. 1 minute.
LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points per second.
Tax preparation data centers with service to IRS. All aboard.
If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Get 3 rooms of carpet spring clean starting at $119 plus $75 off air duct cleaning too. Zerorez 317-388-5141. ZerorezIndy.com.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies with national LTE coverage. Go to rapidradios.com and you'll get up to 60% off, free UPS shipping. Add code RADIO for an additional 5% off.
Addiction. It's hard on those who struggle with it, but those who love the addict need support too. Matt Baer and Ryan Hedrick provide help and hope with Supporting Sobriety. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts and on WIBC.com.
I had something I wanted to get to, and it's eluding me, which that does not happen very often. Where I'm like, I know I wanted to get to this, but I forget what it was. I mean, that's called going full Biden. I believe that's what it is, and you never want to go full Biden, ladies and gentlemen. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. Yes, the possibility of a peace deal with Vladimir Putin. Understand that Putin has not said, yes, we will sign a ceasefire. Putin has said, we could possibly have a conversation maybe sometime about what it would be like to talk about possibly considering having a potential ceasefire opportunity with Ukraine. That's the argument or that's the statement that Putin really made. The statement got made because the Trump administration put an end to the ability of Europe to pay Russia for energy. That they have still been buying energy from Russia and therefore funding the war against Ukraine is so insane as to be believed. But there's a great story within this. And that story is that the energy needs of the people outweigh all things. It's an important story for the progressives and the environmentalists or the cultists. You can scream green and from now until the cows come home. You can scream global warming and you can scream climate change all you want. In the end, nations will go for cheap energy because they're tired of being poor. And nothing you say about the environment matters to these people. Oh, it matters to the UN types, these rich nations, or these people who are able to profit off of rich nations. But the people, they don't care. And you'll never be able to sell them. All you're saying to them is, you should continue to be poor and you should die in the most miserable conditions possible. That the environmentalist doesn't know that they're saying this because their cultist is inconsequential. Completely inconsequential. Will we see a deal, because Russia has been kind of brought to the table here through this economic squeeze, right? You can't sell your energy. What are you going to do? I would argue that they have to. I would also argue that you're going to see land given up. Just like we've discussed, I don't think this changes. They're going to have, Ukraine will have to give up land. Question is how much? Question is where? The question is, will it be enough? I can answer that part. Nope. In the end, Russia and Putin want more. We'll get into it. Right now, Matt Bear has traffic.
Eastbound 70 is slow from Harding to the South Split. That's because of an earlier crash. It has cleared. Streets are closed downtown around the War Memorial, around that Meridian Street area north of Monument Circle. That is for the St. Patrick's Day parade happening today. It steps off at 11:30 a.m., so expect these streets like Meridian, New York, and Penn to be closed until mid-late afternoon. Traffic sponsored by B-Window. Right now, bwindow.com. Get $850 off per patio or entry door and $400 off per window plus 2.99% financing. B-Window, proud to be employee-owned. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
It's like being trapped in a cage. And I know that sounds dramatic, but your breathing triangle problem has got you trapped. And once you're freed, you're going to be able to live the life that you're missing out on. Now, this can simply mean experiencing the true pleasure of breathing freely. It will mean better sleep and more energy. And the worry of this problem any more affecting your life is going to be gone. Because in almost every case, when Advent has solved a breathing triangle problem, it's a one and done. Because we're not in the business of delivering Band-Aids. We want to fix your nasal breathing problem for good. We don't want you to be a lifelong patient. We want you to be our next success story.
Isn't it time you break free from that cage? Take the next step. Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
Breathe well with simple solutions. AdventKnows.com.
Results may vary. Most insurance accepted.
If you love spring and Indy but hate to paint, do what Lynn did. She called Rhino Shield.
It is a single-wide manufactured home. We moved from our home, which we had the Rhino Shield on. Rhino Shield was what we were going to do. That was no question. We knew we were going to do it.
Rhino Shield's a ceramic coating. It's not paint, it's better.
Rhino Shield representative came and we discussed what we wanted done. This time, we had the roof done as well.
Visit Rhino Shield's booth at the Flower and Patio Show and learn about their 25-year transferable warranty protection. Plus, receive a free prize.
Even the people that have been a little younger than us have that they don't have to worry about getting just an everyday painter because Rhino Shield has the 25-year warranty, and we truly believe in this product.
Here's Rhino Shield's Shane Smith.
This offer is limited, so call me at 888-RHINO-41. That's 888-RHINO-41.
Don't paint.
Don't vinyl.
Go Rhino.
Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
If this is the year to build your custom dream home, Joyner Homes is ready to help make your dream come true. They offer the flexibility to build on your own lot, allowing you to build a home in the place you've always envisioned. A dedicated in-house team of experts will guide you through every step, offering unmatched personalization and flexibility. Joyner Homes provides clear and upfront pricing and floor plans to inspire you. There's no time like the present to get in touch with Joyner Homes to talk about your vision and learn more about their building process. Visit JoynerHomes.com.
During tax season, your info travels lots of places you can't control.
W-2 arriving from payroll platform 3.
Everything criminals need to steal your identity is on your W-2.
Last call for accountant and home office, 1 minute.
LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points per second.
Tax preparation data centers with service to IRS. All aboard.
If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
Coming up in 2 minutes, what did not happen on Tuesday, their hope happens today. Severe weather rolls in. What is the biggest threat and what is the timeline? The IU men's basketball team will place their hopes on Selection Sunday and gas prices this morning, all after Fox News. From the Technology Recycler Studios, 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It's 8 o'clock.
He's now for what he was against. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
While the CR bill is very bad, the potential for a shutdown has consequences for America that are much, much worse.
So the Senate's Minority Leader, Chuck Schumer, now supports the Republican House plan to fund the government ahead of the midnight deadline. So Democrats may join him in a vote today. Others say Schumer's betrayed them. And Fox's Aisha Hosni reports from the Capitol.
There are still so many Democrats in the House and in the Senate that oppose this government funding bill because it does not include that provision they wanted that would block President Trump and Elon Musk and Doge from cutting more from the federal government.
And related to that, 2 federal judges have ruled the Trump administration went too far, firing thousands of federal probationary workers recently hired or promoted. One judge halts the layoffs for 2 weeks. The other orders 6 federal agencies to offer those employees those jobs back. President Trump says he will not back down on tariffs, threatening even more, targeting alcohol imports from European Union countries, retaliating to their retaliation for U.S. tariffs on steel and aluminum. Vice President Vance tells Fox.
The world expects American consumers to foot the bill for their workers and their businesses, and Donald Trump is flipping that on its head.
Yesterday, there was another stock market sell-off. President Trump hopes to soon talk to Russia's leader, who says he would support a ceasefire, but not the U.S. plan Ukraine agreed to. The president says with a special envoy in Russia.
We've been discussing with Ukraine land and pieces of land that would be kept and lost.
Another issue on another flight. An American Airlines plane diverted on its way to Dallas to Denver because of an issue with an engine that caught fire after landing, scaring the passengers.
There's a lot of screaming, and everyone was trying to get off as quickly as possible, but the doors weren't open yet, so a little bit claustrophobic.
They were able to get off the plane down those evacuation slides. In Austin, Texas, 5 people killed in a massive crash on a highway. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Some rough weather headed your way. It's 58 degrees on Monument Circle. Your high today, 81. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 8:02. It'll be warm and comfortable today, so enjoy. But later tonight, the weather gets rough as a storm moves across the state.
We're expecting some winds within the storms, anywhere between 60 miles an hour up to 80 miles an hour, and it's gonna come in a strong line of storms. So it's gonna be widespread damaging winds, is what we're expecting.
That's Casey Season, a meteorologist at the National Weather Service, Indianapolis.
We're definitely hoping that the awareness from our preparedness week really helps people be prepared for the storm.
And she says more storms are in the forecast tomorrow. Tornado sirens will sound in Indianapolis this morning as officials work to fix what failed Tuesday. Jacob Spence at the Metropolitan Emergency Services Agency.
And we received that notification saying it had worked, but it didn't, obviously. And so we have them looking into that, and we're looking into, anything that could have potentially occurred, and then we'll see what they find, and we'll go from there.
And the test will start at 11 right before the St. Patty's Day kicks off at 11:30. More people came to live in the Hoosier State in 2024 than any year since 2008. Chris Davis reports.
When people move here, that's called intentional migration. And a study from the Indiana Business Research Center at the IU Kelley School of Business shows more than 30,000 people moved to Indiana in 2024. In fact, the population went up by more than 44,000 people when you factor in the number of births versus deaths. As you might imagine, the counties with the biggest growth were the Indianapolis metro counties, with Boone and Hancock showing the largest increase. But 73 of the state's 92 counties grew. Chris Davis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And some people that live here aren't happy about what's going on here.
We know that instances are happening not only here, but throughout the country, where Latinos are being profiled, American citizens.
That's a protester at the Indiana State House Thursday from the Indiana Latino Immigrant Caucus, talking about 15 bills that they say threaten immigrant rights. For the second time this season, the IU men's basketball team lost to the Oregon Ducks. Here's John Herrick.
This time they lost to Oregon in the Big Ten tournament on Thursday, 72-59, after falling to them earlier in the month. Indiana shot just 36% from the field Thursday afternoon. They had several scoring droughts, one of which lasted nearly 5 minutes. As for why IU senior guard Trey Galloway thinks those happened,
I would just say just not executing.
There's a lot of times where some missed execution opportunities that we had, be able to clean up on that, and that's the biggest thing.
Now the team waits to see if they will make it into the NCAA tournament. That gets announced this Sunday.
And Purdue beat USC last night 76-71 to advance in the Big Ten tournament. They play number 22 Michigan tonight. The Pacers are on the road against the Philadelphia 76ers, and the Colts introduced their new quarterback, or hopefully he says he hopes to compete the starting quarterback, Daniel Jones, on Thursday. I'm Ryan Hedrick, on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. At 8:05, traffic on the fives. Good morning, Matt Bear.
What's happening, Ryan? East side, northbound. 465 slow around Penn Pike. Eastbound 465 slow Allisonville Road. North split looks fantastic right now. Westbound 70 good into the north split over the flyover ramp on northbound 65. That is Meridian Street, Penn, and you are off up to the northwest side. Have a safe rush hour. Traffic sponsored by Jackson Hewitt. It matters who does your taxes. At Jackson Hewitt, expert tax prep is now $149 or less. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/49-149. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the fives. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Tara Hastings, Wish TV meteorologist. What do we know?
Hey, good morning. A pretty mild start to the day today. We're going to look for very warm conditions. Sunny and breezy. Highs near 80. The record today is 81. Now, we do have a wind advisory that goes into place here at 5 p.m. today and lasts until Saturday at 4 p.m. These are non-thunderstorm wind gusts that could exceed 40 to 50 miles per hour. Add insult to injury here, we're going to look for a good chance of some showers and thunderstorms overnight, and some of those could be on the stronger side, and all severe weather modes in play. Strong winds, a little bit of hail possible, and also some isolated tornadoes as well. Have a way to get weather warnings overnight. Midnight to 7 a.m. is the window that we're thinking these thunderstorms will move through. Saturday morning, some scattered rain and thunderstorms, still pretty windy with highs near 71. Breezy and cooler on Sunday with highs near 52.
All right, let's break this down a little bit.
Break it down.
Tara Hastings. This has gone from, hey, we're going to get some winds, to, hey, we're going to get a lot of wind, to, hey, it's going to be very gusty, to now you're talking about tornadoes. And this, the real stuff takes place after midnight, but the stuff starts taking place as people are heading home on their evening commute or after that?
Yeah, so definitely be aware of that. Take it slow as well, and maybe some of those east and westbound roadways might be a little rough. The winds, again, the non-thunderstorm wind gusts could exceed 50 miles per hour. And I hate this, too, because, I don't like severe weather, period, but I especially hate it because the time frame is between midnight and 7 o'clock when a lot of people are going to be sleeping. So have a way to get weather warnings, whether that be a NOAA weather radio. I call that like the smoke detector for severe weather, or a Storm Track 8 weather app will alert you wherever you are. If there's a warning nearby, it'll go off and alert you. So, take it serious here overnight tonight. Of course, we'll be with you at Wish TV and wishtv.com as well. So we'll be keeping an eye on things for you as well.
And to that end, as Tara and I were discussing earlier, the patio furniture goes in the house. It gets put someplace where it's going to fly around, because that's the stuff. It's loose debris and other things that flies around and goes through a window. I mean, that's where the damage occurs, whether it's property damage or personal damage. This is the kind of stuff you're concerned with, Tara?
Yeah, absolutely. You hit the nail on the head there. I mean, you're talking about, when strong winds, whether it be straight line winds or tornadic winds, a lot of people aren't necessarily injured from the wind itself, but the objects that are flying through the window, right? So, and I want to heed all warnings, too. If you get a weather warning that is in for your place, whether it's a severe thunderstorm or tornado, get away from those windows, get into your interior most room of your house. If you don't have a basement, basement's the best spot. But interior room works really well, too. And go over that severe weather plan with the kiddos. Earlier this week, severe weather preparedness week, we had the statewide tornado drill. Let's talk about that here, with the kids tonight as well. So,
Tara Hastings, Wish TV meteorologist. We will be aware of every part of it. Of course, you've got WIBC and WIBC.com that will have you updates and information if things get Hectic right now, 53 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 8:09. A 10% drop in the stock market is scary, but isn't that rare? I caught this story over at the Indianapolis Business Journal. What's interesting is they got the story from the Associated Press. I wonder how much it killed them to write that story. The idea that we shouldn't recognize that the market has gone down and it absolutely affects the 401k is nutty. We can't say that, Tony, because it's Trump and he's got a plan. And I thought you can't. Honesty is honesty. Of course it's screwing with 401ks right now. Of course it's screwing with retirement plans. It's also creating opportunity. Let's not kid ourselves. It's creating opportunity, investment opportunity. We should note this. Remember, the Great Depression abused the country and some people made serious cash. Just fact. But these things aren't rare. These things do happen. Corrections do take place. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Now, I would argue that this, if you want to call this a correction in the market, is being fueled by tariffs. Tariffs freak people out. They do. Of course they do. And I was very impressed. Did I share this yesterday on the morning show or the midday show? I forget. It was over there at Fox News, and they were talking to Caroline Levitt. It was Jackie Heinrich, who I like quite a bit.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on there. Something's repeating. That's super weird. And it was a question of, is it time to just say to the country?
Yeah.
It's super weird. I don't know what that is. Is it time to say to the country that we're going to have some pain? Will you admit this to the country? And I think she was taken aback by that. She shouldn't be. She shouldn't be taken aback by that. She should have been like, well, yeah, we should be honest with the country that things are going to get rough.
Caroline, I want to ask you one follow-up on this because the American Automotive Policy Council has put out a statement sort of pushing back on this narrative. They said revoking the exemption for Canada and Mexico and extending tariffs to auto parts with steel and aluminum will add significant costs for automakers, suppliers, and consumers. You know, steel and aluminum tariffs obviously could have big impacts. Is it time for the president to do an Oval Office address maybe and try to explain to people that it might be bad for a little while, but it is, in fact, worth it?
I think the president has been incredibly clear, Jackie, on where he stands and what he envisions for the future of America. He wants to restore this great country as the manufacturing superpower of the world. And we have the ability to do it because we have the best market and we have the best workers and we have plenty of resources right here at home. What we need are these companies and these CEOs to recognize that, to trust in President Trump and to move their business here.
That's not a great argument, Caroline. We need businesses to recognize that Trump's terrific. No, Trump needs to explain why America is terrific. And if we're going to have a short-term pain, why that is and what we get on the other side. They've started doing this. I thought this was a bad defense from Caroline Levitt and the right question from Jackie Heinrich. And I believe this is answerable. It's easy. Don't make it more difficult. Don't. Do not. The tariffs have this place in Trump's head. Explain it. As for the market, yeah, as we said earlier this week, not panicking, noticing, but not panicking. And now the Associated Press is saying the same thing. So that's happening. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
From a fast break to recovery, Indiana hospitals are here for every Hoosier, regardless of their ability to pay. That's why we're teaming up with legislators on a winning playbook to lower costs and protect access to care across our communities. Because good policy doesn't leave anyone on the sidelines. Learn more at HoosierLifeline.com.
Paid for by the Indiana Hospital Association.
Traffic on the 5s. Matt Bear, what are you doing?
We have a crash, College Avenue, 20th East Side. Northbound 465 slows from 70 up to 56. Eastbound 465 slow, Allisonville Road over to I-69. Traffic sponsored by True Green. True Green, get a golf course quality lawn for less than you think. Sign up at truegreen.com. That's TRUgreen.com. True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
We have got ourselves 53 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 8:15.
What a day.
You're working too hard.
We're both working too hard with even less to show for it.
What's this?
It's the bills for Tracy's procedure.
This is outrageous.
I know. And Mom just said her prescriptions went up again.
How can working people afford this?
These medical bills are crushing our finances, and these hospitals and insurance groups are making record profits.
You know, I read Indiana has the 9th highest healthcare costs in the nation, and prescription drug costs are out of control.
That's why I voted for Mike Braun. He has a plan to reform Indiana's broken healthcare system. Braun's plan calls for billing transparency, increased access, and lower costs for all Hoosiers.
I hear you. It's good to know help is on the way. Mike Braun's plan will offer real relief for our family budget.
Sign the petition for Braun's healthcare plan at HoosierHope.org. Join Mike Braun's fight for healthcare reform today. Paid for by HoosierHope.org.
Hey, it's Rob for Universal Windows Direct. Tax season is here, and what better way to reinvest in your home than with brand new energy-efficient windows? During Universal Windows Direct's Tax Time Sale, you can save big while making your home more comfortable and energy efficient. Right now, buy 2 windows, get 2 free, and there's no limit. And here's something that will make your wallet even happier. Pay no interest until 2030. That's right, no interest for the next 6 years, making it easier than ever to afford the quality windows your home needs. But wait, there's more. This month only, Universal Windows Direct is giving you an extra $500 off your home improvement project. Whether you need a few windows or a full home upgrade, this bonus savings makes now the perfect time to act. Now, some restrictions may apply, so call today for your free in-home estimate. 317-659-7574. 317-659-7574. UniversalWindowsDirect.com. Tell them Rob sent you.
Looking for a great deal on a new Lincoln? Come to Tom Roush Lincoln. Select 2024 Lincoln Navigators, now $15,000 off, and get 0% for 72 months. How about an all-new 2024 Lincoln Nautilus, now $6,000 off with rates starting at 4.9% for 60 months. We look forward to seeing you at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers.
Lincoln Navigator MSRP 104,825. Lincoln Nautilus MSRP 57,785. Offers good through March 31st, 2025. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for complete offer details.
The Indianapolis Ballet, the Indianapolis Symphony Orchestra, and Clues Memorial Hall unite to present the timeless classic ballet Swan Lake, March 28th and 29th. This collaboration features gorgeous costumes and sets, with full orchestra bringing to life Tchaikovsky's beautiful score, and conducted by the ISO's Jack Everly. Don't miss Indianapolis Ballet's Swan Lake at Clues Hall, March 28th and 29th. Tickets on sale at indieballet.org.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZzzQuil.
ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZzzQuil nights. Explore our products at ZzzQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
3.14159, this is pi, followed by 2653589, circumference over diameter 79, then 323, OMG.
What do you say to those who argue that this is the way, then the government's too big, it's too bloated, our deficit and our national debt are just too huge, this needs to happen, it will make the government more efficient, and it will identify jobs that are inessential?
Well, first of all, I think that's misinformation, and this administration is very good at putting out false information. The government today is the same size it was in the 70s. Okay, the population has exploded, but the amount of federal workers has not. So that's just a false information about it being too big. It's the same size as it was in the 70s.
All right. That it was the same size it was in the 70s doesn't take away from the fact that the government is too big. As a matter of fact, that is Everett Kelly, president of the American Federation of Government Employees. You're advocating for your employees. You're not making a conversation, or you're not engaging a debate of value about why government needs to be this size. Not in the slightest. What an odd argument being made on CNN. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Do we need all these people? That's the only question. If you ask me if government is too big, yes. If you had asked me 10 years ago, yes. If you'd asked me 10 years before that, yes. Government is too big. There is too much largesse and also too much power taken from the people. Yes. And no government employee is guaranteed a job. Not a single one. Stop being silly. Yet they don't stop. They don't rest. They don't quit. It is very odd how they engage a culture war and then claim you're the one engaging the culture war. This brings us to Sarah McBride, a man who claims to be a woman who is a congressman out of Delaware. This takes us back to Congressman Self. And Congressman Self, who was running a committee hearing, said we will then bring in, we'll hear from Mr. McBride. Now, Sarah McBride can call himself Sarah, but Sarah McBride cannot decide how other people speak. This is what happened.
I now recognize the representative from Delaware, Mr. McBride.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Ranking Member.
Before we go on, Mr. McBride is his name. Asking the chairman to utilize pronouns, lie to oneself, is flat out wrong. The response from Sarah McBride is to call him Madam Chairman, which of course is false. If only just proving that this pronoun nonsense is nonsense. He wants to now belittle Representative Self for noticing that he is a man, not a woman. Another member of Congress loses their mind.
Keating, also wonderful.
Mr. Chairman, could you repeat your introduction again, please?
Yes, we have set the standard on the floor of the House, and I'm simply.
What is that standard, Mr. Chairman? Would you repeat what you just said when you introduced a duly elected representative from the United States of America, please?
I will. The representative from Delaware, Mr. McBride.
Mr. Chairman, you are out of order. Mr. Chairman, have you no decency? I've come to know you a little bit, but this is not decent.
We will continue this.
You will not continue it with me unless you introduce a duly elected representative the right way.
This hearing is adjourned.
Representative Self is absolutely correct. Notice the other representative wouldn't refer to Sarah McBride as he or she, would simply say duly elected. Coward. You are not required to buy in to other people's madness. And I will not lie to myself nor anybody else. Sarah McBride then gathers with House Democrats and wants to say that you are guilty of being engaged in a culture war.
We will not take a lecture on decorum from a party that incited an insurrection. I appear to live rent-free in the minds of some of my Republican colleagues. I wish that they would spend even a fraction of the time that they spend thinking about me, thinking about how to lower the costs for American families. I wish they would spend a fraction of the time that they spend thinking about me, figuring out how to make government actually work better, rather than making it work worse in order to prove that government can't work. They are obsessed with culture war issues. The Republican Party is obsessed with culture war issues.
Say it again, Sarah. Say it again so nobody will believe you. if you're going to argue it is wrong to note that men are not women and women are not men, that's not wrong. That is the objectionable truth. The objectionable, it's not objectionable. Objectionable is saying men can be women and women can be men. Is it objectionable? What's the word I'm looking for there? Oh, that's it. That ain't a culture war, Sarah. You want people to believe that you're a woman and you're not. You've never been, you'll never be. Protecting kids in schools is not a, oh my gosh, culture war. It's the only thing to do. A society that doesn't protect children is not a society worth a good holy damn. That's exactly what they should be working on. And by the way, government doesn't work, and it didn't work since before you got there and actually think you live rent-free. You lied to people, and then you demand people lie to you back. And when they say no, you and others get outraged. Sit down. You're the one with the issue, Sarah McBride. You can live your life any way you choose. But when you think other people have to buy into your madness, well, that's obscene. When you think it's okay to confuse children, abuse children, mutilate children, you're wrong. I think we should fight. And if this is all the Democrats have, oh my gosh, no wonder you're getting your butts kicked everywhere. No wonder you're broken. This is the hill you want to die on? Okay. Cool. Matt Bear has traffic.
Eastbound 70 crash clear at Belmont, and everything looks really good, especially for a Friday morning. 465 is fantastic at the moment. A little bit of a slowdown on eastbound 465 at Allisonville Road, and maybe some on northbound 465 at Penn Pike, but everything looks pretty good through the Clear Path construction zone. That's all done. The finish of the I-69, I-465 redesign of that interchange. That ends at the end of the year. Traffic sponsored by B-Window. Right now at bwindow.com. Get $850 off per patio or entry door and $400 off per window plus 2.99% financing. B-Window, proud to be employee owned. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Hey, this is Rob.
And this is Casey.
We got a huge announcement related to the property tax rally.
Join us Friday, 9 until noon on 93 WIBC.
You might be starting out your investment career, or you might feel your portfolio a little stagnant, just sitting there and needs a spring cleaning, so to speak. Let the fiduciary advisors at Trajan Wealth help you with a customized portfolio that meets your goals and timeline. Matt Bear here. Hey, Trajan Wealth shares those Hoosier core values of loyalty, low expenses, efficiency, and hard work. Call today and meet the team at 317-480-4040 or visit TrajanWealth.com. Schedule your first appointment. It's free. Trajan Wealth is an independent firm, which means they aren't locked into one particular product. They really can fully customize a financial portfolio that says you and none other. Call and schedule at 317-480-4040 or visit TrajanWealth.com. Remember, your first consultation is on them. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Paid advertisement.
Taxes was feeling so stuck. Sitting in traffic, squeezing into a parking spot, all to squeeze in getting tax help during your lunch break. Now Taxes is a TurboTax expert who does your taxes for you, while you go about your day getting real-time notifications about their progress and the most money back guaranteed. Now this is Taxes. Intuit TurboTax. Get an expert now on TurboTax.com. Only available with TurboTax Live Full Service. Real-time updates only in iOS mobile apps. See guarantee details at TurboTax.com/guarantees.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
We all have people in our lives we interact with. Maybe it's your favorite barista, a neighbor who waves to you every morning, a coworker you grab lunch with, or maybe it's me, the hairstylist you've gone to for years. What if you learned I had a substance use disorder? Would it change how you see me? It's okay to see the addiction, but when you choose to see the person, not just their disease, it can help change someone's life. Learn more at cbeyondtheaddiction.org.
PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse opens March 19th. That's right, PA Jewelers, formerly inside Premier Arms, now has its own location at the Farmhouse. Built in 1888, an incredible setting that's going to have all of your jewelry needs. Gold, diamonds, gemstones, rare pieces, estate pieces, wedding rings, engagement rings, everything you want in one place. Open March 19th, PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse. Go to pajewelers.jewelry to get more information. That's pajewelers.jewelry.
WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
It's about one thing. It's 58 degrees in downtown Indianapolis. Your high today, 81. More on your weather in a minute because it's going to change. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 8:31. Fair trade is all that President Trump is concerned about, says Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick.
We buy their stuff all day, every day, and they need to respect Donald Trump, and he's going to teach them how to do that.
Lutnick was on Fox Business minutes ago talking about the trade war.
We can't have these wildly large, insane, persistent trade deficits where all these other countries just eat our lunch.
Leaders of foreign countries have said the trade war is pointless, but President Trump says that he's playing the long game. There's a House bill in the works right now that would give Attorney General Todd Rokita the power to issue civil penalties on government entities that don't work with immigrations and customs enforcement.
Immigration is a federal issue. It is neither up to the states or local authorities.
That's Carolina Castorino, Community Engagement Chair for the Indiana Latino Democratic Caucus.
Even pushing this legislation, in my perspective, is very unconstitutional.
She told Wish TV that the legislation is instilling fear in the immigrant community here in Indianapolis. It'll be warm and comfortable today, so enjoy, but tonight, the weather gets rough.
We're expecting some winds within the storms, anywhere between 60 miles an hour up to 80 miles an hour, and it's going to come in a strong line of storms. So it's going to be widespread damaging winds is what we're expecting.
That's Casey Season, a meteorologist at the National Weather Service in Indianapolis. Here in about 2.5 hours, Indy will test the tornado sirens again after those sirens failed on Tuesday. Jacob Spence, director of the Metropolitan Emergency Services Agency, talks about what went wrong on Tuesday.
We're not exactly sure. We're working with our vendor to look through the data and see what they can find. For some reason, there was a glitch or an issue with the way that the signal gets transmitted to the siren.
And the test goes off at 11 o'clock, just 30 minutes before the start of the St. Patty's Day Parade. More people came to live in the Hoosier State in 2024 than any other year since 2008. Chris Davis reports.
When people move here, that's called intentional migration. And a study from the Indiana Business Research Center at the IU Kelley School of Business shows more than 30,000 people moved to Indiana in 2024. In fact, the population went up by more than 44,000 people when you factor in the number of births versus deaths. As you might imagine, the counties with the biggest growth were the Indianapolis metro counties, with Boone and Hancock showing the largest increase. But 73 of the state's 92 counties grew. Chris Davis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And one Hoosier is thanking God that they had the wherewithal to pick number 6. Here's John Herrick.
The Hoosier Lottery says someone bought a winning lottery ticket valued at $42.5 million at On the Fly gas station in Tell City Wednesday night. Their ticket matched all 6 numbers that were 10, 16, 24, 33, 39, and 46. It's the 4th largest jackpot in the history of the Hoosier Lottery. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Sports on WIBC is brought to you by Ball State Athletics. Visit ballstatesports.com. Number 20, Purdue fought off a challenge from USC last night. overcoming a 10-point deficit in the Big Ten tournament to win 76-71.
It wasn't our best night, but I think USC had a lot to do with that. Just happy to see our guys hang in there and make enough plays to pull out the victory.
That's head coach Matt Painter. His team moves on to play number 22, Michigan, tonight. IU eliminated from the Big Ten tournament after falling to number 23, Oregon, 72-59 on Thursday. IU guard Trey Galloway says a number of things went wrong.
The execution on defense, we just had some miscues that we can't have.
And IU hopes to gain an at-large bid on Selection Sunday to the NCAA tournament. The Indiana Pacers are on the road for the start of 3 games tonight in Philly. They're hoping to have a little momentum after Tyrese Halliburton beat the Bucks basically at the buzzer. The tip-off at 7 o'clock tonight. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 8:35. Traffic on the 5s. Here's Matt Bear.
Northbound 65, a little bit slow out of the North Split to Meridian Pad. A crash north of downtown College Avenue at 20th. Crash east side Massachusetts Avenue at Sherman Drive. And downtown, streets are closed for the St. Patrick's Day Parade. That steps off at 11 a.m. And, it's like around Meridian and Penn, just north of Monument Circle for a few blocks. But the whole area is going to be congested with car traffic and people traffic. Just please have a good time. And watch out as you come down. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now at bwindow.com, get $850 off per patio or entry door and $400 off per window, plus 2.99% financing. B Window, proud to be employee owned. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
54 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 8:36.
How bad is it? Don't sugarcoat it. Give it to me straight.
Want coffee?
I think I need some coffee.
Time to fill up on the news. Tony Katz, that's me, by the way. 93 WIBC, good morning. Great to be with you. We have got Dow futures right now up 276. The market was down yesterday. Stock market losing $5 trillion in value in 3 weeks. That is a kind of misleading number in that you could say it and you could say that's real. And in any situation, depending on your politics, you'd be like, oh my gosh, that's terrible. Or, oh my gosh, it's no big deal. The point is it's a value that can return with the market being up for the next 3 days. It's not gone for forever. That's the argument. That's the point of that Associated Press piece, that these corrections do happen. Unquestionably true that there is a real hatred of tariffs. And also, you see the Tesla sell-off. I have a question. Is this the time to buy Tesla? Now, full disclosure, I'm not the guy to talk to about the market. Don't ever take investing advice from me. Someone had brought up to me that this is a good time to invest in Tesla. I don't have the answer to whether that is true or false. I trust the source. I'm curious what other people think. Do they think it comes back? All I know is when you have people chasing down Teslas and trying to set them on fire and vandalize them, it does make me want to buy one. It's true. Oh, absolutely it does. Oh, I have never been interested in Tesla. And now all of a sudden I'm like, that sounds like fun. They want to set them on fire. They're so angry. Bunch of weirdos. Oil prices up a touch, $67.11 on the West Texas crude, and on the Brent crude coming out of the oceans, $70.46 a barrel. So just over that $70 mark. It has really set here in this mid to upper 60s, $70 level. Gas prices have come down. We've seen that take place. Can there be a push to bring this to the $60 number? I think you'd see real movement and activity and excitement from that. The 10-year Treasury at 4.325. This is not the direction Trump wants to go in. That is going to increase interest rates on the 30-year fixed mortgage. That's not what he wants. He wants to see those mortgage rates trending down, and he wants to see more home sales happen. When people are bragging like, oh, the economy's doing so much better, this, that, and the other, we're not there yet. Even when we take a look at the inflation numbers, consumer price index and producer price index, not a bad month last month. It's a month. We need trend numbers. Do this for 2 more months. Being flat, seeing things down. Then we can start feeling good, being like, okay, we're on to something. We're not there yet. Not at all. People. If you want things for your politics, it's not actually a worthy thing. If you're willing to deny reality because it doesn't help you politically, silly stuff. Silly stuff. The moves are being made, and there is no doubt in my mind that Trump is better for the economy than Joe Biden. It's going to take some time. I can live with that. Tony Katz at 93 WIBC. Good morning. You have unclaimed property. What is unclaimed property? Well, it's property that's unclaimed. Is that not? Wasn't that apparent? For example, let's say you had a savings account somewhere and you forgot about it. Let's say you've got insurance proceeds and the insurance company doesn't know where to find you. There's a money order out there that's yours, and for some reason you never got it. Well, that stuff ends up with the Attorney General's office, and the Attorney General is trying to get it back to you. And that's why he has IndianaUnclaimed.gov. IndianaUnclaimed.gov. The Attorney General's office reunites Hoosiers with over $1 million of unclaimed property each and every week. Across America, 1 in 7 Americans has unclaimed property. Over $800 million is waiting to be claimed, and you can do it. It's super easy to do. You go to IndianaUnclaimed.gov. You text money to 46220, and you put in your information. The next thing you know, it's like, oh my gosh, there's $37 for me. I actually got $37 back because it was my money and it was waiting for me. Sometimes more you can find out for yourself, and then you take that money, you spend it. Spend it in the Facebook marketplace. Spend it on a stock. Spend it on whatever it is you like. It's your money. Go check it out today. IndianaUnclaimed.gov. IndianaUnclaimed.gov, or text money to 46220 and go get your cash.
Life moves fast.
Another new directive from Donald Trump.
President Trump will not be deterred to make our federal government more efficient.
So does the news.
We expect those meetings to take place very soon.
Decisions made today
Kash Patel confirmed as the next director of the FBI.
could impact you tomorrow.
Accountability and transparency.
What's next?
You never know what's going to happen.
Need to know what happened.
We're already tracking it. Stay in the know while you're on the go on 93 WIBC.
This is the most exciting time of the year, and we want you to go all the way, even if your team doesn't. March on, Indiana, in a Hubler quality pre-owned vehicle. Shop any of Hubler's 13 locations and choose from over 2,000 vehicles, including Chevys, Fords, Toyotas, GMCs, Buicks, Nissans, Acuras, Mazdas, Hondas, and many more. All makes, all models, certified vehicles, luxury vehicles, even the hard-to-find ones. Every Hubler Q-certified vehicle is covered by a 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty, plus a 128-point vehicle inspection, and a free Carfax history report. Hubler's got you covered. Busted brackets not included. For over 2,000 vehicles, visit drivehubler.com or any of our 13 locations.
Hubler, Hubler's got you covered. Cover me.
Warranty on select models less than 9 years old.
Hey folks, Scott Wilson here from Wilson Farm Market. Even in winter, we're bringing you the best in farm fresh flavors. Stop in for our fresh salad bar, hot and crispy wing bar, and a cheese selection that is second to none. Got a sweet tooth? Our homemade pies, creamy fudge, and old-fashioned candy will hit the spot. Come see us on US 31 just north of Carmel. We're open every day 9 to 6. At Wilson Farm Market, we're all about fresh, local, and delicious. See you soon.
During tax season, your info travels lots of places you can't control.
WTOP
W-2 arriving from payroll platform 3.
Everything criminals need to steal your identity is on your W-2.
Last call for accountant and home office, 1 minute.
LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points per second.
Tax preparation data centers with service to IRS. All aboard.
If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Kendall and Casey.
I'm a young, up-and-coming professional. We are people who want to work. We want to engage. We don't want to be freeloaders. And yet, it makes it very hard for young people to actually do that.
Kendall and Casey, 9 till noon on 93 WIBC.
Your one blood donation can help save the lives of up to 3 people. Give blood through the American Red Cross to help hospital patients. Visit redcrossblood.org today.
Traffic on the 5s. And Matt Bear, what's up?
Tony crash on the east side, Massachusetts Avenue at Sherman Drive, and northbound 65 slows from the north split up to Meridian Penn. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now at bwindow.com, get $850 off per patio or entry door and $400 off per window, plus 2.99% financing. B Window, proud to be employee owned. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
54 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 8:45. It's time to play America's favorite game. What the heck is that TV theme song? I can see it. Okay, here's how we play the game. Producer Kylan, who is in for producer Carl, who is on assignment, has picked a television theme song. My job is to guess what it is, and I'm angry at this moment because I know what this is.
That's what you said yesterday.
No, you stop talking with words. Yesterday it was Castle. I know what this is. Play it again. I know what this is. I know what this... Okay. And yes, in the chat room, you are also correct. I only accept help from the people in the chat, but I didn't need it. I just needed a moment because it was very X-Files, but it wasn't X-Files, of course. This is the television show Fringe. And I'm putting money on that. Producer Kylan, is it Fringe?
Are you sure you don't want a second?
Nope. Is it Fringe? That is Fringe. I have people texting me, that was too easy. Well, you try and play the show every day. Oh, that's right, you can. We're all playing the game every day. Fringe was excellent. Fringe was terrific, fun TV. I like that show a lot. Good time. Good time. Met my first wife watching that show. It's not true. It's not true at all. I will say that every now and again. They'll be like, I'll be in a restaurant. Here's your table. Oh, I met my first wife at this table. And always the look, it's like, what? I don't know why I say it. Like, there's no reason to say it. It's just, you just sit down. Just say thank you and sit down and don't be weird. But yet every single time, yeah, I shouldn't be proud of myself in that one. Honestly, I should really learn to control myself. Speaking of controlling oneself, Representative Maxine Waters, hey, Kylan, finger on the dump button.
Never in our wildest dreams did we think we would have someone like Trump who would serve as someone serving as president of the United States for the second time would be out to literally destroy all of that. You have heard from the members today everything from the Department of Education to the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau to HUD to all of these agencies where we have fought to create opportunity. What is Trump all about? Why is he doing this? Now, we know he wants to be a dictator.
Keep going, Democrats. I don't even know why I'm sighing. This is the best you've got. You enjoy it. Enjoy just losing, right?
We have seen now, as Chairman Kassar said, that the loss of working people in this election didn't start with this election. It started going back to NAFTA, started with unfair trade policies. It continued when we refused to raise the federal minimum wage over and over again and called out all kinds of procedural reasons for that. And it will continue today if we as Democrats don't stand united to fight back against the stealing of Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security.
Boring. You almost had it right, Pramila Jayapal, regarding NAFTA, and now you bring us this. They're stealing Medicare and Medicaid and blah, 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 blah. You people are so absolutely boring. Just the worst. And look, we know what you think of us.
We are going to conflict with them on everything. On the tax cuts for the billionaires. They become a plutocracy, an oligarchy. On Medicaid. We have plans to conflict them with all of that. If the shutdown occurred, we wouldn't be able to do that because they would fill up both the Senate and the discussion on whether we should cut this and not cut that, of things that they want to cut. So to have the conflict on the best ground we have, summed up in a sentence, that they're making the middle class pay for tax cuts for billionaires, it's much, much better not to be in the middle of a shutdown, which to divert people from the number one issue we have against these bastards, these people, which is not only all these cuts.
We don't need to listen to anything else. We understand what you think of us. We understand what you think of the Republican Party. We understand that this is what you say when you lost. He was not going to vote for the continuing resolution in the Senate. He was going to try and move Democrats not to vote for it. And now he's like, I'm going to vote for it. It's in the best interest of the country that I vote for it. You lost. You got outmaneuvered, outplayed. You had nowhere to run. You thought you could stand tough. You don't have the capacity to stand tough. You lose. And I'm telling you, Democrats are going to need to find a new leader. And I'm telling you, you are going to see a fight amongst the five families in a way that is hard to fathom. But these people cannot hold firm. There is going to be proverbial blood in the streets. The leaders of factions, whether it be the squad or some group over here or they're going to beat each other. They're going to bloody each other. Someone has to become the new capo de tutti capo of this family. And the people who want it all have the temperament of Sonny and the mindset of Fredo. There's not a Michael amongst them. And even Michael wasn't perfect. As for a Don Vito Corleone, well, that just doesn't exist in the Democratic Party. Did I say hello, Tony Katz, 93 WIBC? Good morning. Hello, Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. I will have more on this on Tony Katz today. Also, what is the next move on Putin regarding potential peace deal with Ukraine? I will have that as well. And don't forget, tickets.tonykatz.com, tickets.tonykatz.com. Trump, an American Reset in 3 bourbons, brought to you by the good people at Laser PMC, Laser Precision Marksmanship Club. These are very cool people. Laser training on your firearm, so very, very cool. And Flederman Von Riest, an Indiana watch, or I am proud to be their brand ambassador, one of their brand ambassadors. And I'm wearing it right now. Flederman Von Riest, Von Riest, R-I-E-S-T-E, vonriest.com. Sponsors of our event, Trump and American Reset in 3 bourbons. Tickets.TonyKatz.com. Go get your tickets right now. I'll be back at noon, and then I'll catch you again on Monday. Be wary of the wind. We'll have more on that throughout the day with Hammer and Nigel this afternoon. Kendall and Casey up next. Matt Bear has traffic.
Crash east side, Massachusetts Avenue at Sherman Drive and northbound 65 slow up to Meridian Penn from the north split. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now at bwindow.com. Get $850 off per patio or entry door and $400 off per window plus 2.99% financing. B Window, proud to be employee owned. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
Hi, this is Denny Smith for Exercise Inc. A lot of folks give up on their bodies in their 40s or 50s. Statistically, we gain 1.5 pounds every year past 50, and it's usually a tough slog to fight that. 19 years ago, I took a friend's recommendation, and I went to Exercise Inc. for one of their free consultations. Me? I didn't want to get heavy. I wanted to stay trim and in shape, and that was really a struggle. 19 years ago I went, and 19 years later I'm still going every week. They've helped me to reach and maintain my health and fitness goals, and they do that with specific strength training in only 20 minutes a week. You've just got to try this health and exercise approach, and the consultation is free. My guess is that, like me, you'll be skeptical for the first couple of weeks, and then it happens. You'll feel better. You'll probably lose some weight, and you'll probably look better, too. Go to Exercise Inc. today and sign up for a free consultation. Avon, Brownsburg, Zionsville, and Greenwood, now in Fishers, too. ExerciseInc.com.
Whether you're preparing for retirement, navigating a life transition, or simply wondering if you're on the right path, Howard Bailey Financial is here to help. Together, we'll work on a personalized plan designed to bring greater clarity to your goals and help you approach decisions with confidence. It's not just about numbers, it's about the life you want to lead and the legacy you want to leave behind. With over 20 years of experience, Howard Bailey Financial has been dedicated to guiding individuals as they work toward taking control of their financial future and finding peace of mind. Text PATH to 888-262-1104 to download a free retirement toolkit and start planning for the retirement you've dreamed of. Howard Bailey Financial, helping you turn hope into a plan and dreams into reality. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com.
Community is defined as a group of people that have a shared interest or things in common. Imagine a group of people where the shared interest is the truth of God's Word and speaking life over one another and each other's families. Hi, I'm Daniel Beckwith, the online campus pastor at Life Church, and that's the type of community you can find here. Just go to lifechurchin.com to find any of our locations and service times or special events. We're confident God has something here just for you. See you soon.
Hi, this is Chris Cox, owner of Chimney Solutions, Indiana. We're celebrating our 10th year in business. Call this month to take advantage of 10% off all chimney sweeps and inspections. We're also celebrating the opening of our new fireplace showroom on 86th Street and Lafayette Road. Come and experience our exclusive lines of wood-burning and gas fireplaces.
Call 317-757-6979 or chimneyindy.com.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
From a fast break to recovery, Indiana hospitals are here for every Hoosier, regardless